was it? He called the chief out. So
he's coming for it.
Yeah.
Coming for the crown.
He better have his shit prepared because yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Host and co-host Arlo here, back for episode 3 of Behind the Chalk Bowl. Today, I am with one of the nicest human beings you will ever meet in your life, if you ever get the chance to meet him. He is one of the strongest humans at under 100. Under 100? Under 100 kilos. And I reckon there's going to be some big things coming out of the camp of the guy that I've got with me today. He's also a South supporter. I've given him the okay because he's Queensland, but look, you can't win them all. Introducing the infamous Tommy Hardy. Bring it in, brother. Take a seat. I'm still playing this. That's all right, man. Get comfortable. Awesome, bro. Oh, okay. Arlo's coming to say hello. Yeah, like I said, Tommy Hardy. You can put that down so you can see me. Arlo, give it up. Yeah, man. One of the strongest humans in under 100. How does that make you feel? Arlo, come here. Get down.
Oh. I don't know. Yeah, it honestly makes me feel good. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if I feel like I am, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
Because I always used to get smoked from guys when I was a kid, like Ricky Goodyear and all them that were I was totaling 500, they were still 900. So I always feel like the underdog, if that makes sense. I always feel like there's more to do. I always feel like I've got something to prove to myself and others, and that's probably what keeps me humble, because I don't think anyone thought that I would get that far. Yeah. So I always feel like when someone says, "Oh, you're the strongest 100 kilo lifter in Australia," it doesn't. I still feel like there's more to do.
Yeah, right.
It's the minute you relax, that's the minute you get complacent.
Yeah. Do you feel that underdog mentality has got you where you are?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it definitely would drive you, but I get that feeling. Like when you go around normal people, and they talk to you, and then they see what you can do, and they talk about how strong you are. Like, I'm strong to them, but in our world, I'm not that strong, it's crazy to have that mentality. So
yeah, well, and then people it's cool. It is cool, and I'm very grateful and blessed to have gotten that. But I'm looking forward to I'm chasing Yuri now. I'm chasing Chad Benson.
The big dogs.
Big dogs overseas. I want them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's always something. There's always another level to get better. That's why you should always keep yourself grounded and just keep doing what got you there. And,
yeah,
keep your circle small and just keep pushing, keep running, man. There's always more work to do.
Nah, that's a good way to think about it. Definitely.
Plus, I'm a Queenslander. We thrive off that.
Yeah, okay. I reckon we should make a bet for the next WWE State of Origin. We have to wear the winner's jersey.
Alright, yeah, because we won't lose.
Yeah. I don't look.
Well, the Blues on paper should beat us.
The Blues on paper should beat everyone.
Should kill us.
But they don't.
I don't know what it is.
They just can't put it together.
Yeah.
They're missing some type of glue.
I agree.
But my thing is they keep changing. As soon as they lose, they change.
I was watching I always rewatch old Origins and stuff on YouTube and stuff when I got a bit of free time. And if you go through I love watching the 2008, 2005 series, all when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You look at how many halfbacks they went through.
The Blues.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And Mitchell Pearce was a kid.
Yeah.
He was so young, and he copped all that criticism. I kind of felt sorry for him.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, and then you look at our team, and we I don't think we realise how blessed we were.
Nah. They developed those players from young. Very, very young. I remember I was in grade 7, so I was 12. I'm 32 next month. So 20 years ago, and I was at school, and I was in the school footy team, and I remember they brought through Inglis, Cam Smith, all the big dudes for the Origin team, but they were kids. They're like 17 and 18 and 19, and they were getting ready to play Origin and step up. And I was like, because I remember Billy Slater walked through, and all the mums were just like, when Billy walked through, and I'm like, but then they were still playing when I graduated high school, man. Like, to think that, and I think that's the missing piece for the Blues, is they don't have that developed yet.
Yeah, well, it's funny you bring up Billy, because so my mum grew up in Innisfail.
Oh yeah.
That's where Billy Slater grew up, and I was just recently in Innisfail for my mum's 90th, and we go down to the Garrett Unger pub. We always have been ever since we were little, and Mum was talking to Billy's mum because they're friends.
Yeah.
Just from like back in the day, Mum grew up there.
Yeah.
And she was telling us about Billy, how he got to how he got to the NRL and stuff. Like, he literally had a trial in North, had to drive down from Innisfail to Brisbane, which is like crazy, on like a cheap car, had nothing. She said he had no money, had to stay in Brisbane with a Innisfail brothers player who played, local footy there, who was in Brisbane, happened to be in Brisbane, and that's how he had one trial. And he had one shot to prove himself at North.
And now look at him.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that gives me chills, man. Like,
yeah, I got him.
You know what I mean? Like, he had nothing, no money. She said he had no money, he had nothing, and he went down there. He gave him one chance, make or break.
Yeah, I think that's a lot for coming from a small country town. So I grew up here on the coast, but I worked and drove a lot through small towns. So I've seen a lot of small town folk and been with a lot of small town people, and the mentality that they have out there to work is completely different than to the people that I've worked with here. Like, they go for it. Like, they get what they need to do, and they go for it, and they don't stop until the job's done. And like, I think that mentality is definitely taken away from people in cities who are a bit more privileged and have a little bit more opportunity to chop and change. Like, we're so spoiled for choice here on the Gold Coast. Like, when I hear people say there's no work, I'm like, drive 12 hours east in this state and see that there's really no work. If you don't have a trade, or you're not skilled in anything, the chances of you having a job out there way slimmer than here. You could fucking do anything on the Gold Coast, or Brisbane, or big cities.
It's very there's a lot of opportunities out there compared to like a small town where I'm from, Warwick, which is, and I kind of love being from Warwick, because like, it's just tradies, and like, they work like dogs, man. Like my big brother Matt, who inspires me so much. Like, they basically told him at school, you will not, like, he wanted to do, he wanted to be a mechanic, and basically TAFE told him, like, you're not going to go anywhere, mate.
Yeah, wow.
And Matt's just that type of just grit your teeth and just work. Like, he'll work like 20 hours a day if you tell him to. Like, Matt is my brother's very successful, and he ended up, being like a supervisor of the mines.
Good on him.
He owns his own shop, like, and that's kind of what I've grown up with, mate. That's kind of like my dad was the same. Like, they told him he'd never be anything in the ambulance. Yeah. And then he just proved them wrong, and ended up running a service for like 40 years. Like, it's that, I don't know, it's like that, like, there's always something to prove. Like, coming from a small town, like, you don't have much, so you just, there's only one way to get better, is just to work and grit your teeth and grind. So,
that's awesome.
That's kind of like my background.
Work ethic.
Yeah, work ethic.
Yeah. And you are like, we have a lot of the similar interest, obviously, with rugby league and stuff. And I see anyone that follows you on social media will know that you post a lot of Kobe stuff. Yep. So do you follow the NBA or who's your team?
Not as like, I do follow the NBA. I don't watch every single game.
Yeah, me neither. It's impossible.
I'm always keeping up with what LeBron and the Lakers are doing. I love them.
Yeah, me too.
But I love Kobe as well. Yeah. I just love Kobe's mentality.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw something recently actually where Kobe said, I seen what time you got to practice, I seen what time you left practice, and I seen what you did in practice. Why the fuck am I giving you the ball?
Why would I pass you the ball?
Yeah. I was like,
I love that.
I was like, bro, but it's true. Like, that motherfucker worked so. Obviously, there's a level of talent there, but we can see it. Well, I can see it in you. like you put a fucking garage in the middle of Warwick and fucking grinding out squats and deadlifts and all by yourself, man. Like, talk me through how the fuck you get through squats. So New Year's Eve, I was at 0 and I was squatting by myself. I was lucky Thomas got there, and I had a couple of 100 kilos on my back in wraps for the first time, and I was nervous because I was like, shit can go. Obviously, I was in the mono, so it's a little bit safer than combos and that.
Yeah.
But how do you get around that mentality of you're out there by yourself?
Well, I'm very lucky in Warwick because we're a very close-knit community. Like, there's 25,000 people there, but like the Warwick Boxing Club basically have given me a shed in the middle of town to just a space. I've bought all my own equipment and put it in there, and they've basically helped me get that sorted so I had somewhere to train because I just don't like commercial gyms.
Yeah.
I'll go. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
They don't have the right bars. They don't have what we need. I just don't like it. Anyway, I don't know, man. It's just I've always done it like that. It's just how it is. Like if I'm going like super heavy, like today I had like 300 for a set of 4. So I went to see Thomas, because he wrapped my knees, and I just love being around that atmosphere. But when it's like volume work, and it's like all by yourself, it's good. Like you're in the trenches, you're all by yourself, put your own music on.
Yeah, I definitely got to come out and have a crack because it's
mate,
fucking.
It's really good. Like I just love it.
I love that old school gym vibe. Like when I open my own spot, I want it to be like an old, Warwick. Branch Warren, the bodybuilder.
Yeah, I love Branch.
Yeah, I love his gym and setup. Like I want to make it. No, it's the farm one. He's the farm boy. Yeah.
Did he train at Metroflex?
He would have. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's the farm guy.
Yeah. He fell off the horse and broke his back. Yeah. His gym is just like in here, but just all old 45s, all steel, all that kind of stuff. I love that shit. Like it's just. There's something about it, but I want to make it nice at the same time, so it's semi-commercialized. But there's nothing you can't beat steel plates clanging. Yeah. Like when you hear a little rattle and you're like, "Oof, that sound is just."
The reason I'm laughing is because it just reminded me of Generation I. The reason I was laughing was because you had Ben. I don't know. I can't really say his last name. B-Pack, they call it.
Oh, yep.
He's all about science and shit.
Yeah.
And then they cut the bread.
And he's just like,
yeah. He's like, I don't need that science shit.
No, he's just eating the lift. Like,
I'd rather be like that than like,
you
can't replace hard work.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
science works, but it does.
It does, yeah. There's obviously, especially with who our coach is in Thomas, like, he's smartest. He put fucking 40 kilos on my squat in 6 months. Not even 6 months. It's insane. But yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that old school mentality. Like, just get in and get it done. Like,
and you'll find with Thomas, as you know, and many people who he coaches know, he's very much about that. You got to work hard.
Yeah,
he'll give you all the blueprint, all the science, and all that shit. But he's like, at the end of the day, you just got to work hard.
Yeah, he's happy to tell you the reasoning by it, but it's also not scared to say you're being a pussy. Yeah, he might not say it. But he'll say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I love about
it.
That's why we connect so well.
Yeah, and he's also a leader as well. Like you see him, like I get the privilege of seeing him train more often than not. And the effort that he puts into it, like just grinding out, like that's what I respect a lot, and that's why I'm glad that he's my coach, is because I like someone that's been there and done it or doing it. Not to say that coaches in the past aren't the same, but like he made a very good comment on one of the podcasts, because I listen to the Zero podcast. I just love religiously. Me too.
I love listening to James, Bridget,
Yeah.
I could listen to him all day.
Yeah.
But he made a comment. It was a year or so ago. He said, "You don't have to have been a good powerlifter to be a good coach." He said, but it helps if you've done it.
Yeah.
And that like rang alarm bells, like, because like as a lifter, you go through things, anxiety, comp preps.
Yeah.
Things, all these things happening, and if you've been through that and you're coaching someone, you're gonna have way more understanding.
Yeah. On the when they get to the day and all that kind of stuff, you can give a bit more because you've been there and done it, which is it's a huge thing. Especially, I watched that Coach's Playbook on Netflix. Have you watched that?
Is that NFL?
No. They just go through a bunch of different uh, big name coaches in the world. So one of them was the soccer coach. He played up until he was like 20, but he was never good. Like he was never great, but he became one of the best soccer coaches in the world. Then they went to Doc Rivers. Yes, yeah. So they go. There's like a 6-episode thing, and it just shows like the mentality behind. Really, but they all played and they all done it, but they may have not been the best, like number one, but they were very, very good. But also on that, sometimes the best lifters or athletes aren't the best coaches either.
That's true.
And they just don't know how to switch that. Like Kobe would not have been a great coach.
You don't reckon?
No. I think he could teach. I think he could help a team, but to coach a team is completely different.
I reckon he was good one-on-one.
Yeah.
Like as you said, he'd be good one-on-one.
Yeah, if he had
Kyrie and he was working with Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Said, that guy's. But as a team, I think he'd be too
Yeah, because you see him the way he acted anyway when he was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas LeBron.
Yeah, he'd be a good coach.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because LeBron's
he's already coaching the Lakers anyway. Let's be honest.
Pretty much.
That guy, the head coach, I don't even know. Yeah, he's there just for paper. He's not the coach.
I think LeBron's LeBron basically runs. The GM, they call it.
Yeah, exactly.
But look at Wayne Bennett.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wayne Bennett played in Warwick when he was young.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he played for the little collegiates, my team.
That's
when he was like a young kid. But he wasn't anything great, but now he's like the greatest coach ever.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I wish we could have him on the Blues. Yeah. You're right. She'll move. Yeah. He's just, when he went to South, I was like, this is what we needed.
Him and Reynolds. Is it right that he said that he rang Kevy and said, I've just got your new halfback for you when South got rid of Reynolds?
Yeah. Yeah, so my dad's from Botany, Redfern area. And that's why I'm a South supporter. Yeah, Reynolds obviously, I don't know how often you've been to Redfern, but it's not.
I've been to Sydney. I've never been to Redfern.
Yeah, you don't need to, unless the Rabbits are training at the Oval. You don't really need to go.
I'd go for the nostalgia. That's it.
That's all it is. And living in a city, especially Redfern, is not great. So he wanted a bigger lifestyle change. Also he wanted coaching, and they couldn't guarantee that. He wanted, which is insane to me. Absolutely insane to me. But the lifestyle shift was the big one.
He said in an interview I watched he's never been happy in Brisbane.
Yeah. And I hate Brisbane.
Yeah.
I hate going to Brisbane.
Yeah,
I hate going to cities. It's not like the Gold Coast is enough for me. Like I'm definitely a more of a smaller knit type of person. But yeah, he wanted that lifestyle change, and he wanted to just a better life for his family. So you can give that in Brisbane a bit more. Yeah. Yeah, and he had so many good years left in him.
Oh mate, I say this all the time. We made the worst decision.
And they got rid of
Taff. He's on the Dogs. Stupid.
We've made some very silly off-season mistakes. Huh?
But what gets me going is, and like I'm so happy we got Jack Whiten. Don't get me wrong.
Me too.
But why get Jack Whiten, who's a year younger than Reynolds?
And say he's too old.
Yeah. But you don't keep Reynolds, who's been a South junior and would live and die for the club.
Yeah.
That's what pisses me off.
I think he would have stayed if they said coaching, yes, and some other things, but it sucks. Because those two together, imagine. And then having... But how would you play that? Because you'd have Cody Walker, Reynolds, and Whiten all in... You'd make it work. Somehow.
And I reckon Reynolds, if you watch what Reynolds is doing, because my dad and one of my best mates love the Broncos. Next level. And so I obviously watch a lot of Broncos games and, watch like interviews and stuff. And if you watch how Reynolds talks about Reece Walsh, you can tell he's coaching him in his ear. Imagine if Reynolds was doing that with Latrell.
Well, Latrell played way better football when Reynolds was there.
Exactly.
And they only had him for a couple of seasons. So he was a floor general, like a proper general. And he had so much respect from the Rabbitohs squad that it just worked. He was so good to have there. I like loyalty a lot.
Yeah, same. I'm big on that.
And hearing hearing they got rid of him was sad.
Oh, I was kicking the guts.
Yeah, because he just, fuck man, South Junior. He grew up a kid playing there all the way to the top.
Didn't he
Won a
grow up
premiership.
across from Redfern Oval? Yeah.
Yeah. Redfern Oval's pretty cool. I've been there a couple of times. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Just because dude, one of my first ever photos when I was born, I had fucking red and green on.
Yeah,
Like,
sick. I like that.
it's so crazy to go there and see the culture. Go to like South Juniors and stuff like that. Like it's a cool footy town. It's awesome. So did you play when you were younger?
I did. I played from when I was 7 to 16. I always wanted to make the NRL. That was my goal.
Me too.
But, I made like local rep sides and stuff, but I just never went to that next level. Anyway, there was a powerlifter who moved from Brisbane to Warwick, Ben Bushrow, he was pretty good. And he was probably my first coach who got me into strength training for footy.
Yeah.
And I just fell in love with powerlifting. I just went to do a push pull comp in 2013.
Yeah.
And it just all started from there. I gave up footy the next year. It was very hard to give up footy. Like, I miss it even to this day.
Yeah.
That's probably why I love watching the games and stuff.
Yeah.
I just miss it. But powerlifting's my true love, mate. Like,
You've got an Alico plate on your arm.
Yeah. Like, that's what gets me up every day.
Yeah.
Like, it honestly, it's like my escape. Like, I just love it.
Yeah.
It's like you and you're strongman and powerlifting. Same thing.
Yeah, I fucking love it. Like, I should have done strength sports. I should have quit rugby league way earlier and done strength sports.
When did you quit footy?
When I was 20.
Because you played when you were younger, hey?
Yeah, I went from 4 to 20.
Holy shit.
5 to 20, yeah.
So, what, 15 years?
Yeah, 15 years in the front row does a bit to you.
Oh, mate. People always say, this is what I get pissed off with. People always say to me, oh, you're gonna be buggered by the time you're 50. Mate, I used to play in the forwards.
No, I'm already buggered.
You get bashed every game.
Yeah.
Like, it's anything footy players are. This is way like
Yeah.
crazy than football.
Well, yeah, like I was saying to you
Body.
before, I'm sore, but I'm not
Yeah.
in pain. Like,
yeah, exactly.
yeah, like there's a whole, like, you wake up after a big game and
You can't move.
you're beat up, your head hurts, doesn't matter how much water you drink, everything, just you find bruises and then you play again 7 days later.
Imagine how Origin feels.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I had a school tournament where we played for a week.
Yeah, I miss school footy. That would have been
Yeah, it was fun, but still, when you look back on it, you go, fuck, should I have done it? Like,
it's silly, but just playing with your mates.
yeah, your
like,
schoolmates.
It's more for the boys.
Oh, yeah, 100%. We had so much
That's
fun.
half the fun.
Bro, I remember one time we took so all the remotes for where we were staying operated all the TVs.
Yeah.
So our teachers had a few beers every night. They were having a couple of beers because it was for them as well. And we're sitting out the front, turning the TV off. Just hide, because they couldn't see us. So we'll hide behind the bushes and we pop up, turn the TV off, see it come back on.
This would have been in New South Wales?
No, I grew up here.
Oh, so this is in Queensland?
Yeah.
Was this, by any chance, was this confraternity?
Yeah.
That's where we played it.
Yeah. How old are you?
College.
Assumption.
We were Assumption.
Yeah, I was
College.
Aquinas.
So we use A division or B?
C. So we got to
we
B.
mixed between C and B.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Oh, that's
How old are you?
crazy. What's that?
How old are you?
97. So that's what,
Oh, yeah,
26.
5 years. We may have played.
Yeah, you
1 year.
played Assumption. That's so.
Oh yeah, we played Assumption all the time. Yeah.
That's crazy. Were
Yeah.
Assumption good back then?
No,
Oh really? Because they got really.
they
good
got really good. Yeah.
in the next few years.
Yeah, we weren't.
Bro, anyway, what were you saying?
Oh, we just pissed them off. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
I just remember one of
just
the.
get mad at us all
I remember
the time.
one of the teachers snapped because he was pissed. He's like, "What the fuck's going on with my TV?" And then we just took off. We just ran back to our room. But yeah, Assumption were good.
Yeah,
They got good.
Mate. Those were the best times.
Any team named Brothers, I never wanted to play.
Oh yeah.
Any team with the brothers at the end was always so good. Like, it just scary good.
Like Toowoomba Brothers.
Toowoomba Brothers. There was a Brisbane Brothers. Any of those teams was just. Well, I first Dave Taylor.
Yeah, they all went through that system.
Yeah.
I think Thurston went through that.
Maybe he's a little bit older than me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he would be too.
He's like 37.
Yeah, you would have played.
I played Dave Taylor and a couple of other NRL boys.
Yeah, mate.
And they
all
were
went
big.
through the conference system.
Yeah, actually, I remember the day I quit mentally was when South and Titans were playing a trial at Burleigh Heads, and they were warming up. So we've gone to watch the South boys warm up, and all 4 Burgess brothers walked past me. This is when
What was
Sammy.
that like?
That's made me quit. Because I looked at them and I'm like, I'm never gonna be that. There's no way. I would have to cut down. I would have to become a fucking a hooker, because they're just so big, man.
Well, they're just super tall, super.
Yeah, massive, absolute brick walls of human beings. And I was like, if this is where rugby league is, I'm either gonna have to become a hooker or a fucking 5'8". Like, I could pass because my dad was a hooker, so he taught me how to pass both ways pretty well. But I was just.
It's funny you say that, because that was my problem. I was always too small, and I love playing in the forward, second row, front row, lot.
Yeah.
Well, I love mainly playing.
Yeah.
But I was too small, man.
Yeah. It's a crazy feeling saying that now. Like, I'm 120 kilos. 5'11". It's not small, but
look at Ruben Cotter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there is a way you can make it.
Yeah. I think if I dropped back into probably 13, I could have played. I kept going, but I just would have had to get fit out. Bro, I hate cardio.
I just love powerlifting. As soon as I picked up, as soon as I did that first comp, I said, "This is what I want."
Yeah, I remember footy training. We had to start getting into the gym, and by first, I was 16, and the first ever time we did dumbbell shoulder press, I'm sitting there and I'm done the 12s, and I was like, that's pretty easy. The coach was like, all right, go up a little bit more. 15s, I was like, that's pretty easy. I ended up doing 22s on the first ever time I shoulder pressed in my life. I was knackered, yeah. And I was like, fuck, this feels good. And then probably. Yeah.
I love that.
But yeah, when I started lifting weights, I was like, this is cool. And then obviously known about powerlifting and stuff and strongman, but yeah, it was.
For me, it was watching Scott Watson, Thomas.
Yeah.
Matt Stenzel. Ricky
Yeah.
Gideon. That's when I really fell in love with it. These, they were gods to me.
Yeah, they're still now
To me, they are now. People, and the sad thing is that younger people in the sport coming up, don't know who they are.
Yeah.
It pisses me off. Because those guys
laid the
walked
foundation.
so we could run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the cool systems we know now, it's because of them.
And all the gyms too. I didn't have a run-in at zero, but I had a humbling moment for a couple of young kids. When I started lifting weights was when I was in the mines. So I was bench pressing. When I started taking it seriously, I was in the mines.
Yeah.
I was bench pressing off milk crates, man. My bench was a milk crate. It was 3 milk crates, and then I had 3 either side so I could have it up and rack it. My rack was milk crates. And I had a kid whinging at zero about carpet.
Oh my.
Where's my favorite piece of carpet? I was like, brother, you are spoiled. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, and I told them that story. I'm like, fuck your carpet, man. Just bench press.
Are you serious?
Carpet's not going to change.
Shook my head.
At the end, I was like, oh, fuck, man. I mean, it's what they want. But yeah, this new age of powerlifting is spoiled. Yeah.
Especially in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Thomas tells me about some of the guys he coaches in South Africa. They got
nothing
compared to
those
us.
Nauru fellas as well.
They're strong as hell.
I've my first comp last year, States, they had the whole Nauru team there, and they're in between squats, switching sleeves, giving each other sleeves, giving each other wraps and belts and stuff. And I'm like, here I am having a sook, wanting better wrist wraps, and these guys are sharing. Fucking put it in perspective, you fucking.
Yeah, it's
and then they come out and they're just animals. It goes to show you don't need the stuff to be great.
I reckon it makes you better when you don't have much.
No.
It means more to you. Whereas if you're sport and have everything, this is too easy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy to see those Nauru fellas, but these new age kids, you need a hard nut. Bro, deadlifting on those the Kmart bars.
Yep.
Deadlifting on those out in the desert. I was in the desert on plywood. That was my deadlift platform.
But it's all you had. So that's what you did. Would have made you better.
I got stronger. Yep. I was doing fucking German volume 10 by 10. Yep. I hated it. Yeah.
Did you just get that off the internet or?
Well, I'd heard about it. I'd been in bodybuilding training for years, and then I stopped for ages because of mental reasons.
Yep.
And then when I decided to get back into it, I was like, oh, I've heard of this German volume training. Yep. I was like, and my mate that I trained with out there was like, what's that? I'm like, 10 by 10, squat, bench, and dead. And he's like, fuck.
10 by 10.
Yeah, bro.
Here I am saying to Thomas, why am I getting 8 sets?
Oh, no, I'm not saying that now. If I got 10 by 10s now, I'd quit. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then like we got strong. I think I started my squats at like 100, and you go like a 6-week block. By the end of the 6 weeks, I put like 60 kilos on, 160 for 10 by 10. Yeah, it does hurt a lot. Yeah,
but it works.
It definitely works. Bench went from like 90 to 120, 10 by 10. Yeah, pressing is my thing though.
Yeah, you are a strong bench presser.
Because for someone that's not that tall, you've got really long arms, whereas I've got stumpy arms. Like that's what people say. Like you're strong. I'm like, nah, man, I haven't got to go that far. Like it's just got to go to there and come back up.
Yeah, but it's the same in footy, man. Imagine what if the Burgess boys were a little bit shorter? Would that be as good? So you gotta be great. Like you gotta be, just think, well, I'm blessed with this. I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, and I think that's why, for some reason, I was like fixated on the deadlift. I wanted a big deadlift, like a bigger deadlift, but then I realized I'm better at squatting.
Yeah.
I think just squats mentally are a bit scarier because you can bail out of a deadlift way easier.
Oh, way scarier. Someone asked me the other night. I was at dinner with some really close family friends of mine, and someone asked me, "Do you get scared?" I said,
"Every time."
Yeah, I get scared.
Yeah.
I said, but it's like I call it like getting into a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you got to fight the weight.
You got to
stare them down. You got to lift them. Like Louis Simmons said, you got to stare them down. You got to lift them.
Yeah, you really do. And I was talking to someone about like hyping up. She's like, "Do you want to like backslap when I handle you?" I'm like, Don't hit me in the back.
I hate that shit.
Thomas actually found, like, Thomas and my old coach Josh found my good arousal, like head close and say, "Come on, cunt," like fucking switch on.
I'm exactly the same.
Yeah, head close. I like skull on skull. Let's fucking go. Like that get me pumped up now, man. Like I don't even need ammonia for that. Like it's getting me ready.
When it's like someone you idolize and respect is in your ear saying,
"Let's go."
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
I'm ready to roll.
What's your most memorable moment with Thomas as your coach?
We've had a lot. Probably, I reckon the 375 at Zero Pro.
That was cool.
Or winning my first Pro Raw.
Yeah. Pro Raw is like up there with like the big like accolades to win, eh?
And like the thing is, like when I was coming up, like 2013 and stuff, and you probably remember this, Pro Raw was such a big like if you got invited to Pro Raw, you made it.
Yeah.
You were like, I just think now it's still that, but I kind of think the sleeve division kind of hinders it a little bit, unless they're really good at sleeves.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you're in the wraps division, you're it. Like it's on. Like let's go. I'm just not with the sleeves.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of think hinders it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I still love Pro Raw. I'll always do Pro Raw.
Yeah. I would love to get to Pro Raw, invited to Pro Raw one day. When I made the switch from strongman to powerlifting, I said to my coach at the time, he's like, "What do you want to achieve?" And I was like, "Arlo, that's enough. Give it up. You're asleep. I'll cut it. She's fine. That's enough. Stop it."
But in saying that, if you look at the sleeve division, like Josh Takua, that's what makes it cool.
Yeah.
So it's that fine line of, because there's some sleeve lifters who are freaks.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Well, like any of those guys that competed at Sheffield, like, they're insane. Like Jesus Oliveira, I don't care how... Oh, just make yourself at home, sweetie.
Oh.
Yeah, like Jesus Oliveira squatted something ridiculous. And it was in sleeves. Like, for people that don't know, there's wraps and sleeves in powerlifting. And sleeves don't offer as much support as wraps. And it's quite a little bit more... I would say a little bit more dangerous and a little bit more... It's not technical because the way you squat is completely different. But yeah, whenever I put sleeves on, I'm always a little bit more cautious. So seeing people squat 400 plus in sleeves is...
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Don't care how heavy you are. It's insane. So.
That's why when we start our comp prep, we started sleeves, not wraps. That raw squat up.
Yeah.
Some mad treats for wraps.
Yeah, I hate switching back into wraps.
Oh, it sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah, but wraps is where it's
Yeah, I loved it. I was just about to say, I when I switched, my coach at the time, Josh, was like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "I want to get invited to Pro Raw. I want these numbers, that numbers, and that, and I want to like obviously get into wraps and all that." And yeah, it's still a goal. I'd love to go to
Pro
Pro
Raw's
Raw.
the shit, I reckon. It's where it's at.
Yeah.
I love Pro Raw.
Yeah.
I want to keep winning at Pro Raw as much as I can.
Yeah.
Because to me, and this is a little bit controversial, I think it's the biggest comp in Australia. That's just my opinion.
Right now, 100%.
I think it is.
Yeah,
That and
100%.
Zero Pro.
Yeah.
And probably Nightmare.
Nightmare on Mulder Street was huge. That was massive. But those three,
I love Pro Raw. Love it.
it's. Bro, I bought the package to watch it.
Yeah.
I was here on my couch watching it, and I was lucky enough to be at Zero Pro, so and I love watching it. I love watching, obviously supporting all you guys, like the Zero team that went down. But yeah, it's still, I'm like, I was laying on the couch going, I'm gonna be there one day. Like,
if it wasn't for Marcos who runs it, Australian Powerlifting would not be where it's at.
Yeah.
That bloke is the man when it comes to promoting powerlifting. He has done so much for Australian powerlifting.
well, I reckon people that are in the fitness space, strength space, know what Pro Raw is. Like, they don't have to be a powerlifter to know that what Pro Raw is because of how big it is. Like, I feel like it's up there with one of the most prestigious awards to win in the sport.
That's why I just love the rap division. Like, that's where it's at. Like,
And your monoracks, hey.
Yeah.
You walk out your squats.
I walk them out. It just helps me get in position better. People think I'm a dickhead, but I walk them out in APL.
Yeah.
I tried doing it in the mono. I used to compete in GPC where it's just monos, but as soon as I started with APL, which was in 2021, I just got used to walking them out. It just helps me set up better.
Yeah.
Feel better.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I haven't squatted out of a mono yet because I've only done APL comps, but dude, when I did that 300 at Zero Pro, I don't remember any of it. I remember how I felt when I walked out the
I
back.
don't remember the lift, do you?
Nah.
I'm the same. It's a blur.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like, I had Neil on the podcast, the photographer Neil J.
He is so good.
Yeah.
Man.
And
He
I was
takes such good photos.
yeah, and that's what I was saying to him. I was like, man, I don't remember the squat, but there's a sequence of photos that Erin takes, so the lady that mans the front camera, that I've got that memory forever because you were there. Like, I don't think people know how different it is to actually lift the weight and compete, and because you do black out. Like,
100%.
Arlo, come on, nah, she's all right. Just lay down, sweetie.
He's unreal. He's so good at his job.
What happened after your 375? Because I was freaking out. I was like, come on, man, he can't.
I got too excited. I was in fight or flight mode, and I got too excited. I just did the Kobe, pull the singlet back, and I just slipped. Everyone thought I blacked out. It was freaking funny to watch.
I thought your knees went. I was like,
it's hilarious.
Fuck.
But and then I went to get up, and I think I hit
the rack
plates.
Ooh.
I think I hit the plates. Yeah. And Soups, Andrew Owen, he was like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" Like, and I just said to Thomas, "Get me off so someone else can lift."
Yeah.
And then he said, "You were the last lifter."
Yeah, you were definitely at
I
that
was
top.
like, okay, cool. I can chill for a bit.
Yeah. It was cool to watch. Because I competed in the morning session, obviously, and then I went and had a feed and came back and got to see it all, and I was like,
yeah, man, your division was sick.
It was cool, man.
Who was it? It was you, Jesse, and Lockie Brent. That was the battle, wasn't it?
No, Jacob won it, but he won it.
Were you in the elite or the?
I was in the open.
You were in the open.
So I was open elite pro. Yeah. So I was
in the open. So you would have been in.
I was in Lockie and Jesse's career. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I came second on bodyweight. So the kid that won was 116. But I don't. This might be controversial, but I don't really give a fuck about dots.
Yeah.
You're stronger if you lift a bigger total.
Yeah.
Obviously I care about dots in divisions. I like how Zero Pro was put together. Like, cause it took out the big guys.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to go up against Whitaker in a comp unless it's like Zero Pro, because you'll be on similar dots and you get to watch the big dogs actually go at it, which is cool.
I'm going up against Colton, Theo, and Thomas. So.
Fucking hell, Theo.
Man, he's a freak.
He is.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, it's you see these young kids like them, like a couple of years younger than me, lifting those big weights, get you going. Like, it's like, all right, I'm chasing these boys now.
Yeah.
Let's go. Like,
Yeah, he's a freak in the
He's
in the
on another
nicest
level.
way possible. He's a
on
freak.
another level.
Watching that 506 attempt.
I think he would have had it.
Yeah.
Didn't he say he didn't set properly or some shit?
He said something. He missed groove something somehow.
He'll get it.
Easy. He'll have the record this
Thomas
year.
in his phone.
Yeah, he'll have the record this year. But I think, like, I was talking about how I quit rugby on seeing the Burgess brothers and going, "Dead, I can't be that." I don't feel like that in this sport. Do you feel like that? Like, how do you feel in terms of what you can achieve in the sport?
I just no limit. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep going. I just feel like I was meant to do this. Like, let's go.
Well, your numbers definitely say that.
Yeah, I was meant to do this
Yeah.
shit, but as you know from your strongman success and your new and powerlifting, you've done very well. It's a grind.
Thank you,
You
sir.
got to put the work in. Talent only gets you so far.
Yeah.
I know a lot of talented lifters from back home that were way better than me, and they just didn't have the drive to do it, and you overtake them.
Yeah. Well, this block that I'm on now started on Christmas Day.
Yeah, right.
So I had Christmas breakfast and Christmas lunch with my family.
Yeah.
We weren't doing anything for dinner, and then I was at zero squatting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like, what are your plans for comps this year? Or are you allowed to? Am I allowed to know?
No, I'm open. I want to do pro roll.
Putting people on blast. Notice. Tommy's coming.
I want to do pro roll 14 because I just love pro roll. I want to go back to back. Yeah. I was thinking of doing Capo Nationals only because I want to represent Queensland.
That's cool.
But
I like how they do
I'm going to see how the body holds up.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to do APL Nationals. I just love what Daniel, Thomas, and Michelle do with APL. Like, APL's so good, man.
Yeah, it's
like, as you know, it's where it's at.
Yeah.
It's the shit. It's where it's at.
APL and USAPL are like what Tuku is doing over at USAPL
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
is very similar to what APL are. I've had a few athletes compete at USAPL comps, and I was lucky enough to be a part of them. And I'm like, it feels exactly like what APL feels like, and I love that because it's like you said, Thomas, Daniel, and Rochelle are doing a great job with that whole federation. But I feel like it's commercializing a sport that wasn't really like it's like GPC and Capo and stuff are like similar to the West Side kind of guys that just get in, get it done, grind it, like just fucking lift weights, no questions asked. Where APL and USAPL are a little bit more commercialized and a little bit more for people that are scared of the big guys.
I just think I just love what they're doing because they're making it, as you said, I think
accessible.
I think what you're saying is accessible to
yeah, yeah,
and that's what I really like.
yeah.
And you know me, man, I love West Side old school hard
Yeah.
shit as well. But I also do like making it for everyone as well.
And it is for everyone. Like Thomas said it on their podcast. Powerlifting is just a sport. We all strength train. It doesn't like it's just we just pick a day that we do 3 lifts 9 times. Like I was like, that's actually very true. Like I got clients that strength train, but they're not powerlifters because they don't want to do the sport. But I'll make you all powerlifters one day. But that's what I say. Like I obviously build relationships with clients and stuff, and they ask me, "Oh, what's it like?" I'm like, "You can do it. Anyone can do it. It's not."
I just think the term powerlifting scares people.
Yeah.
Like if I say to them, "I'll take you through some powerlifting stuff," like, oh. If I say I'm going to take you through some strength stuff, oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing.
It's the same thing. We just
Yeah.
on the day do 3 of the lifts. How's you coach a few people, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, just a few. Yeah. It fits in well with my work schedule and that. But
Yeah.
I eventually want to start coaching people full time.
Full-time.
That's what I eventually want to start doing. I'm thinking of maybe moving to Brisbane soon, just for a couple of months. Just because I just want to be around zero more, man.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Well, there's actually a coaching course out there.
Yeah, I've
Zero
done
W.
I've done it. Zero development.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, I've got
I
halfway.
learned way
and
more in that than any of the other PT, coaching, strength, whatever.
well, that was the nail in the coffin for me to switch to Thomas because I uploaded my own videos to the homework thing.
Yep.
And
It's good. Isn't
he
it?
picked it in like 10 seconds. Like, you need this, and I'm like, all right, he needs to be my coach.
And like I was coached by Thomas in 2015, and I've learned so much then. But then when he actually like you go into behind of how he works it all out and how he sees it, it gives you so much more as well. Like,
yeah,
I can't speak highly enough about the course.
I could just zero in general.
Yeah, they're just cool.
Like I was saying
It's
before,
like a family.
yeah, I've never felt so welcome in a place.
Yeah.
But it sucks at the same time. If you try and do a quick session, it's never quick.
Yeah.
Like, man, if Henny's there, I'm done, bro.
I love that.
I love Henny, but like, I'm done. Like, there's like, I'll go in there like, all right, cool. I've got 2 hours to train, and I look up. I'm like, all right, I've got an hour to train. Shit, because they're just everyone there is just so easy to get along with and talk to. Yeah, like it's such a nice place to be, and what they've built there is awesome. So you want to go back to back at Pro Raw?
Yep.
That's in March, eh?
Yep, March 17th.
How's prep going?
Yeah, really good. I'm down to about 96 kilos, 97, 96. So
Are you going under 90s or?
I'm 95. So.
Ooh.
Yeah, 95. So it won't be easy, man. Like there's some good lifters there. There's Lachlan Antoinette. I think there's James Stevens, Chris Whitaker. I think Josh Takua may be doing it. So that'll be good. I love going in there with Josh. He's great to compete against.
Yeah.
He's just a great lifter.
Yeah, and great dude too. You guys are very similar. Easy to talk to, strong as fuck, humble as fuck.
And he's honest as well. I like that.
Yeah, he's a good dude. And then Open Nationals.
Yeah, I'll do Open Nationals in Geelong. I just love APL. Whether I do capo or not, I'll see. Just it depends on the body, man. Like I'm in it for the long game. Like I'm not this is not a knock on anyone who does heaps of comps, but I'm just not a fan of doing heaps of comps during the year. Just the body goes through. It's a marathon. You know?
Yeah.
You want to keep it.
How many did you do in 2023? Three? Two. Yeah. I did 3.
Yeah.
But I did.
I think 3's alright. It's when you do like 5 or 6. That's when it's like, whoa.
I did Strength Quest to try and qualify for the elites though. That was the only reason.
You wouldn't have went hard in Strength Quest because you wouldn't get much to qualify.
I qualified at states for opens in the division I competed in, and I just missed the elites at Strength Quest by like 10 kilos.
Shit.
Yeah. So now
this year you'll be a shoo-in.
Well, I already am from what I did at Zero Pro. So yeah.
And we were speaking about today, Zero W Pro this year is going to be way bigger than last year. And last year was freaking awesome.
You got some inside scoop from Thomas?
Thomas just said we're planning it to be bigger this year. And I was like, bigger? Like last year was
huge, man.
Good as. Like this year, like so I'm excited.
Even the morning session, like there was heaps of people there. And then I came back in the afternoon, I barely could find a seat, and I was like, oh shit. It's bigger next year. This year I'm excited.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. So you want to go for that as well?
Yeah, I'm planning to.
Yeah. I'll be at the Geelong National, so that'll be fun.
You gonna do it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm prepping for now.
Yeah, I want to do that. I want to do Geelong.
Yeah. I like strong Geelong down there too.
That's where is that where Steph Sanzo trains?
I think so.
Yeah. That's a famous gym, I think.
Strong Geelong. It's a bit bigger in powerlifting because the guy that runs it, Tyson Morrissey.
Yeah.
On Instagram, he's the Strongman Way.
Yeah.
He was like one of the best 105 strongmen in Australia for a very long time. He still is. Like he's still strong as fuck. But now I think he's pulled back a little bit. I think he had a baby or something. But yeah, man, he goes like pack runs and like he's just like an athlete now. But he was always he went to Oz Strongest a couple of times, but he was always like 115. Like I think he just couldn't compete with the big boys at Oz Strongest. Strongman, you do have to be a lot bigger.
Yeah, you got to be taller too, don't you?
Yeah, our short king's got to cut to 105. Nah, 105 and that's it. 105 then to opens. So yeah, that's why I was $1.50. Because my comfortable weight's like this, like 118. I played footy at like 150, anywhere between 115 and 120.
What? I played footy like 80 kilos, man.
Always been big. Like it's just it. But yeah, 150. When I was $1.50, that was pretty shit. I didn't like that. But I liked what actually no, I didn't like what I ate. So, how's your nutrition now? Trying to get down.
Oh, it's when you're with I'm not trying to sound like a salesman, but when you're with Zero, it's pretty freaking easy.
Yeah.
Like,
So Rochelle's doing your food.
Thomas does my food.
Oh, you got the big dog doing your
Thomas
food.
does my food.
Yeah.
But in saying that, I've had Thomas since I was like 2015.
Yeah.
So it's just this it's just easier. He knows how I am. He knows what I eat.
And that's
But Rochelle is unreal. Rochelle's so good.
Rochelle got me ready for Strength Quest.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, she's very smart.
So good, man.
It's I think longevity, the longer you're with someone, the better you're gonna get. Like if you keep chopping and changing, you're never gonna get any better.
I see a lot of guys chop and change coaches and they never
Yeah.
that's just a fact.
Yeah. And you got to have that consistency because your coach gets to know your body and how you are. If you keep changing, they don't have the time to get the data. Like data is king. Like I know we said it before, hard work and all that kind of stuff. It's not you shouldn't have it, but like science with the data of science, that's the only way you can get better.
Oh yeah, you need to keep track of it. Yeah, 100%. You can't just train till you
Dead.
pass out and then be like, oh, I train hard. No, you got to be smart.
Yeah.
And you talk to the kings who've training hard as hell, like Westside and Louis. Louis will always say, I train optimally, not maximally.
Yeah.
I
like
think
that
gets
saying.
Confused a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this whole new
You gotta be smart.
fad of training till failure is not.
No.
There's a time and a place to go to failure, but like I see a lot of people pushing accessories to the point of failure. I'm like, if you could give all that effort in your accessories, why couldn't you do it on your squat, your SBD? Like, don't get me wrong, I push my accessories hard, but I'm putting more effort into my squat and bench and dead before my accessories because just that's what's going to get me better. Accessories.
That's why I get pissed off when people just do their main lifts and go home.
Yeah, you got to do it all. There's a reason it's all there.
And when I was starting, when I was very green, like a couple months in, I used to just do my big lifts and think, yeah, cool. And then an old guy at the gym fucking ripped into me, and I've never skipped accessories. Go hard on accessories.
Yeah.
Accessories king.
Yeah. You obviously have days where you go, fuck this.
Oh, bro.
Everyone does.
Oh, yeah, but you do it.
But you still get it done.
Still get it done.
Yeah. Especially when it comes time for abs or.
I will say though, the only time I do not go as hard on accessories is if I'm like 4 weeks out from the comp.
Yeah.
4 or 5. You got to be smart.
Yeah.
Because you got to be ready for your peak.
Yeah.
You got to put everything into that because peak's just all about practicing.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
trying to make your practices as good as possible.
Yeah. You obviously playing footy. Do you train how you'd play? So like, I set up exactly as I would if I was on.
Yep.
On the platform,
100%.
every lift, yeah.
60 kilos is the same as 375.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's insane to say that. How heavy were you at Zero Pro?
I weighed in at 99, 98, 99.
And you did a 375 kilo squat.
Yeah. I missed my first squat at 345.
Yeah.
So and then I think it was just high or something happened. Anyway, I said, yeah, we'll go 350, like 355, load it, and I just did it, and then 375. I was like, you want to do it? I said, yeah, put it up, 375, let's go.
Thomas did the same to me.
Yeah,
I squatted.
Go for it, man.
I did like 280 or something, and I come off the platform, and Thomas was like, "You want it?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, let's fucking go." He's like, "All right." And
because you'd be pissed if you did 290, 295.
Yeah. I mean, well, that squat was a PB anyway, so I was walking away with a win regardless. Like, and then he loaded it up, and I was like, "I don't remember anything."
Yeah, it's good, eh?
Yeah, it's a good. It's people that don't compete or do the sport won't know what that feels like.
Well, I was thinking of this like a couple of days ago, like because I've been asked a fair bit, how do I think mentally before a big lift? I become a different, like the person you see now compared to the person that's on is completely different.
Yeah.
It's just it's a dark kill or be killed type person. Like it's.
I think you have to have that too.
Yeah, it's a killer instinct. It's a character, like you just switch.
Yeah.
Kobe said before a game he would play. Kobe said before a game he would play the Halloween theme music because he wanted to get into that killer mentality.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know, right? He said this is gonna sound a little psychotic, but he said I was just a different person. Like it was just
Worked.
I think you gotta be, man. You're not gonna walk up to a 300 whatever and be laughing and having a good time.
No.
No.
But like,
that can end up pretty bad if you're on your game.
Yeah. And you gotta. I've had the pleasure of obviously being backstage or behind the platform when you're there, and I've seen that switch in person, and like I was like, oh fuck, that's fucking cool. Like it's cool to see, like, because you're like this until it's time to warm up, and then when you're like, all right, it's time to warm up, it becomes Tommy Hardy, the 375. Like, we should make that a shirt. Tommy Hardy 375, like the Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
It's just in the warm ups. I like to when it's like when I'm stretching and that everyone's pretty serious now. I like to just chill.
Yeah.
Have a laugh or whatever because I don't like to get in my own head. I'm a big overthinker.
Yeah.
So I don't like to get in my own head. But when it's time, when it's like you're getting around the 250s, 275s, 300s, that's when it's time to switch on. And even Thomas will tell me you need to switch on.
Yeah.
Now it's time.
Yeah.
And that's all he's got to say. I'm good then.
Yeah. That's all it takes, eh? Yeah. And all it takes is someone to throw you out of that groove if you're in it and you're getting warmed up. All it takes is someone to do one little thing and it can throw your whole mindset out if you let it. Yeah. It's happened to me a couple of times and I fucking like I would have won Zero Pro if it didn't happen to me at Zero Pro. What happened? Oh, just shit happened backstage and it's just personal stuff, yeah. And because I missed my last warm up deadlift. It was 270. Yeah. And then I told Thomas and I was like, fuck. He's like, we'll just do 270, open with it, 290, and then 300. I was like, all right, cool. And then I missed 300.
Shit, really?
Yeah.
That's what I love about Thomas is that he's very
chill.
Very calm.
Yeah.
He doesn't panic.
No.
I'm over here freaking out, you know.
Yeah, I was sitting.
This, contemplating life.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing before deadlifts. He's like, nah, man, we'll back it down. I pulled it. I walked off the platform. He's like, what's wrong with you? Yeah. I was like, I don't know. He goes, that was easy as fuck. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's also having that faith from someone like Thomas as well in you that gives you that extra boost of confidence in yourself. Like him saying, no, you got this. Like trusting his word is a huge thing. He's like, I know you wanted this, but I think you can do this. That really boosts you. Like when I came off the platform for the squats and he's like, you want it, you've got it. And I was like, I fucking got it then. Let's go. Like, yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? Red lights, okay, cool.
Yeah, gotta try again another time.
You can't put that, and that's what I mean. Like to us, it's like big be all and end all. But you can't. I've had that attitude, and it'll just eat you up. You just have to be just calm. You just have to just think, okay, if I don't get it, it's not the end of the world. But I'm not going down that fight.
Yeah.
That's how I. Because if I think, oh my god, it's gonna be all over if I can't do this. I'll just
Yeah.
Whereas if I got a lot of pressure on me, I'm like, okay, if I miss, I'm fine. But don't think I'm not gonna go down with that fight. Yeah. And I come off a lot better if I think like that.
Well, you come back with a record.
Yeah.
Is that was the under 100 kilo squat record?
So that was the all-time Australian.
Out of all feds.
Yeah.
That's insane, dude.
I did 373 the year before, but that was probably my proudest moment doing the 373. I did get a little. I did not a lot. I did get a tiny bit of backlash with 373. Some people didn't think it was good and that. So the 375, and if you look, was my proudest moment because if you look at the Zero Pro reffing, that was the strictest, best, consistent ref I've ever.
Yeah.
It was unreal. I wish all reffing was like the Zero Pros.
Yeah, people that complain and want to say it's high or hips weren't locked or whatever can go fuck themselves because they're not the judge.
Exactly.
Like, you did what you had to do and you come up with white lights.
It's an opinion after that.
Yeah. It literally doesn't matter other than the three people standing in front of you giving the actual call. So like,
if I can get whites off Meg or Bridget,
I'm
satisfied.
I've said
because they're honestly, I'm not just saying this because I'm Team Zero till I die, but they are good refs.
They are very good.
They are very good. If anyone complains about them, I will.
Bridget,
because they know their shit. They know what they're doing.
Bridget is one of the most lovely human you'll ever meet.
Oh,
but as soon as she puts that ref platform t-shirt on,
isn't that what we want?
but that's what I was about to say. That's
Yeah.
exactly what you want, because it keeps you to the standard of wanting to get better. Like if you come off and she goes, it was high, then it was fucking high. Squat better in training.
She doesn't care if you're wearing a zero shirt or anything.
Yeah. And I think
love that.
she probably goes a little bit harder on the zero guys. I reckon.
So.
Because
I love that.
yeah, and that's what you should, because it's fucking
She's
but
amazing.
fuck what people.
So is and that's what I'm loving. Thomas spoke about on his podcast the other day. He said with APL refs, I'm updating. They're doing like I don't know, like monthly. Like, you don't just do a workshop in your ref. You got to keep updating it.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm waiting for them to finish the rule book to do the course, the reffing course, because
I don't think I could ever be a ref.
I was a rugby league ref.
Oh.
Worst job I ever had, man.
I couldn't. If Angus or someone was lifting and I was the side judge, and it was high,
don't think you could call it high.
I'd give him a red, but it'd kill me to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to be a ref.
That's
why I've got so much respect for him.
Yeah.
And I'll never get up.
It's
a ref.
No.
Unless it's like really like.
Come on.
Unless they're like picking on someone. Like, if they're picking on me, like whatever. But if they're picking on one of my mates or something.
Like a different federation, like APU. With the RDLs after you've hit a max deadlift.
Yeah, I don't much to do with APL. I can't comment.
Man.
I've never really watched their comps.
Well,
I only watch APL, GPC, or
Capo.
I haven't really watched Capo.
Yeah.
I've just heard good things about Capo.
Yeah, I've heard great things from there. Yeah. But I got a few friends that compete in APU, and their recent states was like November, late November, early December, and their whole rule change, because it's all the federations in Australia are based off the original IPF rulebook, which was the control down. You got to have control to the ground. Yeah,
I've never really understood that.
Yeah.
Like,
what's control?
Tell Yuri Belkin to control down nearly 450, 500 kilos. There's no way in hell.
Yeah.
It's a stupid rule.
Yeah. So Josh got red lighted by the front judge for slamming, and it was 300. So he got done for slamming for 300, and his hands were.
But define slamming. Is he dropping it? Is he?
His hands were on the bar the whole
lift.
time. Yeah, it was a perfect lift. It was a perfect deadlift. And then the second lift he come out, you would have loved it. He does it. I think he did 305 or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, Josh. But anyway, he comes out, smashes his second one, holds it on purpose at the top, gets the down call, holds it on purpose, and then does a full proper RDL to the ground, unclips his belt, and then just stares at the ref. Stared down the head judge, and I was like, that's my boy. That's sick.
Yeah, but
dangerous.
But hang on a second. He could do his back there.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
What's stopping a disc? That's when shit happens.
Yeah.
When on that negative.
Yeah. Especially when it's that heavy.
Freaking 300 kilos on the deadlift. I don't care. 300 kilos, 200 kilos is heavy.
Yeah. It's all relative. Like, it's just
a shoot. Like, you look at Theo Maddox's pull at Sim City. Would he get red lights for that, for putting it?
In APU, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, dude. And it wasn't just my mates.
That's their rules.
It's true. And he come out and smashed it and got a PB in that. But yeah, it's.
APL, man. We don't.
But they brought that new one in, the APA, Australian Powerlifting Alliance.
Oh.
They're the new IPF affiliate for international.
Okay.
So
hopefully they can.
That will be hopefully a bit better. Yeah. I'm trying to convince everyone. It's seriously like it.
Nah, you all jokes aside, you should go to a federation that suits you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter
what you align with and what you enjoy doing and how you see it run is where you should be.
Exactly. It's where you feel most comfortable.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be judged for fed you compete.
No.
We're all here to lift weights.
We're all here to better ourselves. It's not.
Exactly.
It's not APL versus APU.
Yeah.
It is. But
it's
not.
Should be encouraging each other.
Yeah, and it's not good. It's not good for the sport when two federations are fighting each other.
I just get cranky.
Or people talking shit on other federations all the time and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I'd get cranky if I had someone in APL I was coaching and I was invested in them and I wanted to be there for them and they said I can't be there.
Yeah, I hate that.
That's when I'd get cranky because I want to see my lifter or my mate achieve something in person. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, I had a kid.
I want to watch it live.
Yeah, I had a kid. Oh, sorry, I had a kid do PA.
Yeah.
So he did Brisbane Brawl BNB up at Brisbane North Barbell.
Mm.
He qualified for nationals. I couldn't be backstage because I didn't do the course. I didn't get in to do the course in time for PA, the coaching course. So I couldn't go handle him backstage, and then I wouldn't have been able to do it at nationals because he made nationals. But he's out now. He's gone to USAPL and stuff like that now. But yeah, he
I think Thomas was in a situation like that.
it's unfair.
It's silly, bro.
Like if you
I understand it's their rules, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's silly.
it's a money
so
grab
dumb.
at the end of the day.
It's so
Because I asked them when they said it, and I was like, why can't I come backstage if I haven't done the course? Like, what is it about? Like, I have a few other certificates that kind of trump your 2-day coaching course, and all they could fall on was insurance. And I've worked in commercial gyms and gyms long enough to know how the insurance in the fitness industry works. And I was like, me being in that gym, I'm covered by the insurance. My public liability insurance that I have covers me and my lifter. Like, falling on the sword of insurance just screams money grab. Because it's like $400, man. $400 for 2 days. $500 is on me.
You remember, so you know how Eddie Cohen, the greatest powerlifter of all time, one of my idols, he got banned from IPF way back in the day.
Ages ago, yeah.
Way back in the day. Anyway, there was a thing in like 2018 or something that IPF released a statement saying anyone who is a member of IPF or PA in Australia, wherever, an affiliate, that goes to an Ed Cohen seminar will be banned.
See,
How ridiculous is that?
It's that stuff that shouldn't be happening. Because, like, powerlifting's such a small sport still. It's getting bigger. Yeah. Like, there's heaps of people out, like that Ross Ori.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I love him. Obviously, he's commercializing a bit more with his social media following, all that kind of stuff. So it is getting bigger, but it's still extremely small. Like, I know people at where I work, they don't know the difference between weightlifting and powerlifting.
People go, "Oh, you're a weightlifter."
Yeah.
Like
You do the snatch and
I'm
stuff.
like,
No, bro.
It's powerlifting.
Yeah, it's different.
And they don't know. It's not
Yeah.
their fault.
So it's still really, really small. So when stuff like that happens, like, oh, you're APL, you can't do that. Stop it. You can't go to a PA comp or APU comp because you're APL, or like, it's just, who cares? Like, no one's better than no one else.
Pisses me off, man.
Yeah.
That's why I also get a little bit mad when someone judges someone else for being an APU or whatever. Because
Yeah.
like, as you said, at the end of the day, we're all here to better ourselves.
Yeah.
We're all here to lift weights, man.
Yeah.
Do I think some of their rules are bullshit? Yeah, of course. They probably think some of our rules are bullshit. Who cares? We're here to lift weights. We're here to get
Better and stronger and just beat ourselves. Like, that's,
Exactly. It shouldn't matter what type of brand you wear.
yeah. I like how they do have, like, so in APU they do have Queensland, New South Wales, like, you're on the team.
I love that shit.
Yeah, me too. And then you obviously get your Australian stuff, and if you go to IPF and all that kind of stuff. So
That's what I would probably like to see APL do.
Yeah.
Which I think they're heading in that direction.
yeah,
Because like have that national, like
Yeah.
Queensland, New South Wales
yeah, build a little bit of a rivalry and
and then obviously Team Australia, which they've already done. So.
yeah, because fuck, it would be cool. Like, we get on Team Queensland for APL, and we go to nationals together. We all stay at the same place, and it'd be like footy, but a solo sport. Yeah. Like, we'd all fly down in our gear, and obviously I prefer sky blue, but I'm lifting Queensland.
From there, I can accept it.
Well, I moved up here when I was like 3.
Yeah, but you're still from New South
Yeah, I was born there.
Yeah, that's all.
But yeah, I would love that, and then because it would make it the best of the best that do get to represent the green and gold for Australia if it does go that way, which is
tested, untested, whatever.
yeah, whoever you are, whatever, wraps, raw,
Yeah.
single ply, multiply, whatever the fuck, it's just building that would be fucking awesome, and I reckon they will eventually. I hope I'm
Oh man,
in good nick to do it.
Like, it is growing so quick right now. It's not funny.
Yeah,
And as it should, like it is like you go to an APL comp out there. Go to
Just
an APL
watch.
comp. Just
just
go,
watch one.
and you'll see.
Be a spectator at anyone. Obviously, it helps the sport grow, but seeing how it's run and how efficient and how good the people are.
Equipment.
Yeah, equipment's next level too.
Oh, second one.
Yeah, it's like I spotted Christmas Cup, spotted and unloaded Christmas Cup, and it just
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. That's respect.
I love spot and loaded.
Really? I hate it.
Way more beat up.
But if Thomas Lilly says, "Can you spot and load?" There's no way I'm not saying no.
Yeah.
I'll always say yes.
But I'm way more.
Give back to the sport.
Oh, 100%. And that's why I want to be a ref and spot and load when I can, because that's the way I can give back other than competing.
Yep.
Like, I'm not Fonz and I'm not going to compete 15 times in a year. And he's so cool, bro. I'd love to get him on here and have a chat with him. He's cool as. Yeah, he's cool as, man. And that's what I want to be when I'm older. Like one of those old guys still lifting, having fun, doing it for fun. And I said that to him the other day. I was like, bro, right now I'm so focused on winning and being great in the sport that I'll calm down in one day. Like like I said before, I'm 32 next month. My time in this is limited, and I want to give it everything I've got to get to the top. Like,
kind of. Well, like, I think 40s,
yes and no.
40s, you're getting into it. Like, I think I read somewhere the other day, Chuck Vogel wasn't his strongest until he was like 45.
Yeah.
47.
Well, you mature.
That's equipped, but still, it's still relevant.
Yeah, you mature, you get stronger over the time, and your body ages better if you look after it and stuff like that. But yeah, strong as fuck. Fonz, you're strong as fuck too, don't worry.
Yeah, Fonz is the man.
Yeah, he's always a good laugh. At Christmas Cup, I don't know if I'll get in trouble, but he rocked up and I was like, "You want a sandwich?" And he's like, "No. You want a sandwich, bro?" He's like, "Oh yeah." So I give him one of the Subways, and I was like,
"Yeah, that's respect."
Yeah, he's just a cool dude and always good energy.
You're not in trouble. You're just looking out for the boys.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna eat it, and I think everyone else was done. So why not give Fonz a Subway? As you guys would have heard at the start, that was Roman Reigns' intro music. Tommy's a big WWE fan. How did you get into that?
When I was little. So when I was little, I was a big 2005 was like I remember my first wrestling DVD was Batista and Triple H in Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I got that one.
Fell in love with it. So I was a huge Batista fan.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, and then I was a huge John Cena fan.
Me too. Yeah. I still know his words to his original.
Yeah.
The rap that he did.
Yeah. Oh man. And now I love like I don't know if it's because I was little. I think wrestling was way better back then.
Oh, 100%, man.
Maybe I don't know why, but I just
PG era.
Yeah, but now I do love Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. I just love Roman's gimmick.
Yeah, even when they came in at the start, like when it was the Shield, and even when Cody was just Cody,
like Stardust and all that shit.
Yeah, when he went through all that, because I grew up watching WWE. Well, I was watching it when it was WWF still.
Like Attitude Era.
Yeah. I was lucky enough to just catch. I can't get in trouble now because my mum's can't yell at me. I'm 30.
Yeah.
Because you weren't allowed to watch it. Like it was MA15, so it would be on at certain times. But I figured out how to record on Foxtel.
Yeah, right.
So I would record it and then watch it and then delete it before my mum, because my mum's not great with technology. So I would watch like Monday Night Raw and SmackDown and stuff, and then I'd save up my pocket money, go to Big W, like 2 weeks after the last pay-per-view to buy the DVD. Then I watched it.
Buy the action figures, buy the toy belts.
Yeah, and then I got my younger brother into it and stuff, and like he had all of them. Like we went to the Brisbane one a couple of times, and
when they went to, I remember I went to one where they came to Australia.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, at the Entertainment Centre.
Yeah, Entertainment Centre. Yeah.
I went to John Cena went to one of them.
I remember one time Randy Orton come out and I was like a little kid and I was just booing him.
Yeah.
And there was this kid wearing an RKO shirt just looking at me like I was the biggest dickhead. Now I regret it because I love Randy Orton.
Yeah, Randy Orton.
When I was a kid, I hated him next, but now I love him.
Yeah, Evolution was one of my favorite groups. Yeah. Batista, I just love Batista. Yeah. If I listen to his music, sometimes I'll put his intro on before a big lift. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Just that and then I'll do it. I'll do the.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta get in character.
Even Goldberg's.
Thomas calls me out. I'm in character.
Yeah.
I'm the heel. He's the good guy.
Yeah. Let's talk about.
The bad guy.
We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah. So you still watch it now?
I do. Well, one of my best mates at home, shout out to Merv, and Austin. They are like next level WWE fans.
Really?
So they've kind of brought me back into it, which I'm very thankful for.
Yeah, I just can't.
Even though he's a Manly fan.
That's hard as a South supporter, eh?
And I'm talking die-hard.
Yeah, right.
Fan, like next level.
Number plates?
Hey?
Manly number plates?
Oh, everything.
Oh, wow.
Cards, jerseys, bro,
all
next
of it.
level. Like,
yeah, I thought my dad was a big South supporter.
Yeah, it's his passion. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
The passion for something.
I'll give you shit, but I love it.
Yeah, wow.
He's kind of brought me back on to it. He hates that I love Roman Reigns, but it makes it cool. Like, who wants to like the same guy?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't. I tried, man. I every now and then I'll switch it on and stuff like that, but I just can't. I was spoiled. I got to see Stone Cold and The Rock in their prime. Triple H come from Hunter Helmsley, like the rich guy that he was. I saw that. Like, I seen all that stuff, and then
Jack Triple H.
and then the King and DX, and then DX come back. I saw NWO. Like, I saw it all, and now like it's just not.
Yeah, I was kind of past
back end.
Mine was kind of like
2000. Yeah. The
like
2000.
Cena was blowing up.
Yeah, even Cena. Some of the stuff Cena said back in the day. If he said it, he'd probably get cancelled.
Oh, mate. There was so much stuff that happened back in the day.
Yeah.
Some of the promos that I carry on with to my mates that they used to say, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, dude. It was so good.
That? Yeah.
Just, he would, like, when he was rapping, like proper rapping, he'd come out and battle rap people and just rip shreds off them. And
yeah.
And, like, I got to see Kane come in.
Yeah, like Mask Kane.
I saw, like, I was watching the times where Paul Bearer would come out and go, Kane.
Yeah, see, I wish I watched all that. I wish I was a bit older and watched all that.
It was, and now, like,
it's just not the same.
It's not, man.
But that's like the boys always get up because I don't watch the mid carders or I just watch the main event, guys. That's where the action is.
Yeah, unless it's like.
Since I was little, I never watched the start match. I just like the main events.
Unless it's WrestleMania, because that's the big ones.
Bro, I still watch
the big ones. Yeah, me too. I like WrestleManias. They're the big ones. They've got from the start to the end is the. I've started watching a lot more of the behind the scenes stuff. Yeah. So when like, how they get there and all that kind of stuff. It popped up on my Facebook one day, man, and I liked one video, and then next minute I've got 30-minute behind the scenes stuff, and like Undertaker was my favorite for ages. Like, he was my ultimate. My dad called me and my brother the Brothers of Destruction.
Oh, that's so cool.
Because we would watch it and then we would wrestle, and I was the older one, Sean's the younger one, so he was Kane, I was Undertaker, and we'd do the moves on each other in the lounge room, and
I always used to like do wrestling moves to my sisters.
Yeah, I broke my sister's collarbone giving her a tombstone. Straight, we had this old couch that like it wasn't connected, and I was like, "Can I tombstone you?" And she's like, "Ah." I'm like, "Yep." Bang, straight through, and she snapped it, and then I'm like,
"Oh."
And then she just started crying. I was like,
"Oh my God."
I was in so much trouble. Don't do that to your sister. But yeah.
I was speaking this. It's funny you mentioned wrestling. I reckon, and people always like say to me at work or from at something with my friend, like if I'm out somewhere, "Oh, isn't that shit just fake?" I'm like, I just say, yeah, movies are fake too. But anyway, I always say like wrestling would be the hardest sport in the world because you think about it, they're performing every single night.
Yeah.
Every night doing live shows. The amount of like injuries and like concussions and
pain.
Oh, it's.
Have you read Brock Lesnar's book?
No, but I'd love
Do
to
it.
read that.
Yeah, I wish I still had it. I can't remember where I put it. I used to have it, but it's very good.
Yeah.
It goes deep into his addiction to alcohol. Like, they're all all those guys were addicted to alcohol and pills. Like Jeff Hardy, I love the Hardy Boys.
I love Jeff Hardy,
He nearly he went to rehab multiple times. Like, he was on he fucked up the main event, and that's when they cut him.
Is that when he
was drunk?
Yeah.
He rocked up to the main event drunk. Yeah, and that was supposed to set him up for a title shot. Yeah, I just say it's scripted because it's scripted entertainment.
It's scripted, but at the same time, shit happens that's not scripted.
No,
it's like a movie.
Shit goes wrong all the time. Do you listen to Joe Rogan?
Love Joe Rogan.
Have you listened to Kurt Angle and all that on there?
Kurt Angle's on there?
Yeah, recently.
Wow, I love Kurt Angle.
The Rock was on there too recently, but it just I don't know. It felt like they definitely went over stuff before he jumped on about what he could talk about and stuff, and it seemed like Joe was very no, it wasn't. It was
If you want to listen to a podcast that I've listened to over 1,000 times, listen to Joe Rogan and Louis Simmons.
Yeah, right.
Oh mate, look, Joe Rogan is like, you are insane. Like,
yeah,
you are crazy, but he loves it.
Yeah.
Like, and Louis is just Louis. Like,
yeah.
That's what I love about Louis. Louis is just what you see is what you get.
Yeah,
You should watch it, man. It is unreal.
I want to go over and train there.
That's like, bro, it was one of my dreams to go there, but
now that Louis is not there, it's still.
I'd just go there just to look,
nostalgia.
Just to visit.
Yeah, I'd still try to get a session in.
Oh yeah,
I'm like that even when I go to Doherty's. Like I was in Melbourne a couple of months ago, and it's the first thing I did. I landed and I went and trained legs at Doherty's. Like I think that gym's so cool in Melbourne. Like
my mate Arian trains there.
Yeah, he's such a nice dude. I met him just before Zero Pro. He's so lovely. But yeah, it's a cool gym, man. Under the station, it's the old railway. Like
it's old school, yeah.
Yeah, and they've got all the old lifters in there and stuff like that.
Looks
like,
cool, eh?
Yeah.
And Thomas has met Louis.
Yeah.
And Louis like shouted him lunch and took him through.
Yeah, Thomas told me it's crazy. Like that would like that's cool.
It's cool, isn't it?
That's insane. So the call out for Thomas.
Yeah.
Was that expected or unexpected?
No, it wasn't. He called the chief out, so
he's coming for it.
Yeah.
Coming for the crown.
You better have his shit prepared because it's yeah.
Yeah, I'm so. Where is that going to go down?
No, I love you, Thomas. I'm in character. Right.
Please don't give me more volume.
I'm in character right now. Yeah, I'm excited. Out of character, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I really want him to do well.
Where's it going to happen?
Zero Pro.
Yeah. That's a big prep for Thomas.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't compete, do you reckon he'll have to compete to qualify, or he just because he's Thomas? He's just Thomas.
He's Thomas. He's a guy.
Well, man,
he should have to qualify. He will because he's
true and
he's true
fair.
And he's fair. If it was up to me, I'd say no, you straight in. Let's run it.
Well, it's his comp.
It's his comp.
Yeah.
Exactly. You shouldn't have to compete. It's like if Will Crozier wanted to do it, I'd say if you're Will Crozier.
Yeah.
Once you
have that
status,
name,
you should be able to compete. I know that's controversial. I know I'm probably going to get knocked back, but I think once you build that status,
no, I agree. It's like
if Yuri Belkin come over. Do you really think you're going to turn down Yuri Belkin?
No, I think the same way. Like he's gonna. I reckon he'll qualify for it.
Yeah.
He'll do one, but that's what I was saying. Like if you do three, man, he only has to do one, and he's got fresh legs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a long time to talk shit too.
I'm just gonna, he's just gonna find out that the apprentice has done his trade.
Yeah. What's the saying? I've just had a mind blank. The trainee becomes the master.
All that.
Yeah.
Wrap all that up.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Makes me not
strap yourselves in.
Want to compete. Because if I compete at it, you guys will obviously be in the pro level. I'll just be still in the elites.
Yeah.
So I'll be just before you guys, and I will want to watch. Oh man.
You, Soups, Jacob.
Yeah.
I love when you.
That's the best part about spotting and loading is you get to share that energy.
I will say that is a good part about spotting and loading. But the reason I don't like it, it's not because of the physical work. I couldn't care about that. It's the fact that I could mess something up for something.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about it, and I don't want that responsibility because I don't think I could. Yeah. Because I'd get shitty if someone did that to me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get shitty at them. I'd understand, but inside my head, I would.
You'd be shitty, yeah.
And I don't want to do that to someone. They've worked hard just like I have, so I don't want to fuck it up for them. I don't want to start.
You can swear.
Yeah.
You can swear. I've been swearing the whole time. At Nationals, I did it. That was my first.
But you're bound to. You're loading up.
Yeah, but I was lucky. I
had
Soups. I had Andrew. Jesse was the other side, and I forgot. There was heaps of like talented, very very well-rounded spotters and loaders at that comp. That as soon as they saw it, they're like, I have Ryan. Ryan was like the head spotter.
Yeah.
He was like, bro, that's not right. I was like, what? Looked at the screen, looked at things, bang, took it off straight back on, like, and
But you see, you'd be a good spotter because you're safe.
I'm bald and got a beard.
You're a big guy.
Yeah.
You're safe.
Yeah. It definitely does come in, like, that's another reason sometimes it takes ages to train at zero. Like in the lead up to Christmas Cup, I was just in a volume block. It was nothing crazy. But I'm getting pulled left, right, and center to help people in the back end of their prep, to help them squat and hand out and all that kind of stuff. And I love it. Like, I like that. I love that. I love getting
at
training.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I don't mind it. I don't if I've done my work and I'm content with my and I'm working as hard as I can, and someone says, "Hey, can I have a spot?" I love that shit.
Yeah, right.
I love getting behind people.
That's sick.
I love that.
But yeah, I love just the energy, because like, obviously you know how hard you have to work to hit your PBs and get better, so you understand what they're going through. So seeing them hit their PBs or do a big lift or whatever, cool, you're a part of it. Like, that's what I loved about the photo package from any comp. You see all the spotters and loaders are there with you. It's your, like, it's,
and they all got the good moments.
Yeah, it's your lift. It's not just yours. You know what I mean? Like, you see the other guys screaming like up, and then they smile when you get it. Like, there's a photo from my 300 squat where Ryan's like, that was easy, and then like you see Soups in the other corner, like you see me screaming like yes, and then you see Soups, he's got a smile on his face, he's like fuck, like that's so cool. Like,
it's awesome, isn't it? And I think Neil captured that really, I get more excited seeing a newbie hitting like 60 kilos on the bench press.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like,
yeah,
we did that.
Yeah.
That's how we felt. Like when we first did it, it's like, oh, this is so mad.
Yeah.
It's like, what's this new world? Like,
yeah.
You know what you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
that achievement, reaching that goal.
Or like they hit their first 100 kilo bench press. Like,
yeah. Do you get fixated on numbers? No.
I do, but I just all I care about is winning.
Yeah.
I just want to win.
Maybe I should switch to that.
What's that?
Maybe I should switch to that mentality.
I just want to win, man. Like, it might sound arrogant, but it's just how it is. Like, I just want to win. Like,
it's not arrogant.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's I think I'm just fixated on my 300 kilo deadlift because I haven't hit it in comp yet. I've tried 4 times.
Well,
I reckon I'll blow past it.
Yeah. Well, Thomas said to me, it's never left me. He said, 375's cool, but 400's cool.
Yeah.
400's cool, 14's cool.
Yeah.
Just,
you never.
That's what keeps you grounded.
Yeah, and I think I
love that.
Yeah, it's hard to not get attached though. Like, that's a 375 squat, man. Is nearly quad body weight. For you.
Yeah. 1 year for 2 kilos.
It's crazy.
1 fucking year for 2 kilos.
And that's what people
but I
don't.
wanted it. I wanted that because, like Dave Hoff says in West Side is the world. You do it once, you do it twice. It's not an accident.
Yeah.
And I wanted to prove that. That wasn't a fluke.
Yeah.
Because I won't. And someone said this, and I won't mention names, but someone said, "Oh, it's time to show on that one. That one wasn't a fluke."
Yeah. You
That's
just flipped it.
That's
that's cool. That gave me chills.
That's all I needed.
That's giving me chills. I love that stuff.
Okay. All right.
And I love how it's so supportive as well in powerlifting.
Yeah.
Like, even though it's a solo sport, you still feel like a team. Like, we're teammates.
Yeah.
Because we're team zero. Like, it's cool. Like, seeing you win is fucking, like, I jumped up when you hit that 375. I was in the seats. I was like, fuck yeah, Tommy. And then you fell. I was like, oh shit. Like,
yeah, it wasn't my proud.
Talking.
I didn't care. I got 375.
Yeah. No. Who can say anything?
Well, it was fun. I'll admit it was hilarious, but I didn't care.
Yeah, like, I think that's what people need to realize. Like, you weren't hurt.
Yeah, and they were just looking at me.
Yeah, I was scared that you blew your knees or something, but you just fell over.
It's the wraps that made me fall.
Yeah, people that don't go in wraps don't understand what it's like. Like,
Thomas
especially
they're next level.
Yeah, it's like, I remember the first time he wrapped me proper. I was like, can we just go back a little bit? Yeah, I was like, fuck, that hurt. Like,
yeah, shit.
Yeah.
I fight hard not to say it because I don't want him to think I'm like,
pussy.
Yeah, pussing out a bit, so I just grit my teeth and just.
Yeah.
But man, they do get
They get.
But now I'm just so freaking used to it. When I was like first started, like you did, it was like hell. Like I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, well, first time I was in wraps was Strength Quest.
Oh wow, that was like, when was that?
July last year, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm still getting used to them, but yeah.
Yeah, you're very, very good.
Fresh still,
you
yeah.
hit 300, man. You know what took me like 4 years to hit 300. Took you 6 months.
just under 5. Yeah, it's but I was a strong man before powerlifting, so I still had a base level.
I know, but yeah, it's cool.
It's cool. It was honestly, it was one of the biggest highlights from last year for myself, because especially I spoke to Thomas.
Cool.
I spoke to Thomas prior, and said numbers and stuff, and 300 wasn't even on the board for squat. It was just when I walked off the platform and I hit a PB and.
So you didn't plan to hit 300?
Not squat, no.
I thought you did want to hit 300.
No.
Because I remember in prep, because zero people don't know this, but I keep monitoring what people are lifting at zero.
Yeah.
I remember you hit a 275.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. So I was.
And that was your last. That was your last.
282 and a half was my last PB. 2 weeks out from zero.
Oh, we were using 25 kilo bar. That's why. Sorry, I thought it was 275 because it was a 25.
Yeah.
So it would have been 280. Or
Yeah.
282, yeah.
Yeah. So and then I said after that I was like, 300 would be nice, but like I'm happy for 290. And that
because the 280.
Yeah. So I think we did 287 or something, just under 290, or maybe 290. I don't even remember. But I remember my second went through the roof. Thomas, as soon as I walked off, Thomas looked at me. He's like, "You want it?" I was like, "Let's fucking go."
Yeah,
and then
I love that.
Yeah,
most people get a little bit. Not most people. Some people get a little bit scared by that.
Yeah. Oh, I was scared, but in the good way.
Yeah, but
I was like,
but not. You weren't scared as in like,
intimidated.
Oh, I don't know.
Nah.
You were like, let's go.
Yeah.
That's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I was like, what did I just say?
Yeah. Like, at APL Nationals in 2022, I told him, I said, we're way out, but you know the all-time squat record is 372. He's like, oh, okay. It was just out of conversation, and then I did 360 at APL Nats, and I just said, you just do whatever you want. And then my best mate Tade, who come up from work to help to just be there for support, he said, you know, you put 373 on there, right? I said, oh, looks like
let's go, boys.
Looks like we're doing 3. I said, whatever. I said, I've done what I wanted to do, so this is just going to be whatever.
Yeah, I definitely think it's his name as well, Thomas Lilly. Like,
yeah,
if he thinks you can do it, that extra boost is like, all right. If he thinks I can do it, then I can fucking do it.
That's my big thing.
Well, that's why I'm in such a massive cut, man. I had a full Jordan moment when I was listening to the podcast. He's like, some people should just go up a weight class. There's soft people at the top of their weight classes and stuff like that. And he didn't say me personally, but I sat there and I was like, he's talking to me. I'm taking that personally. And I took it personally, and I've lost 10 kilos since that podcast.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's one of the big driving factors as to why I want to lean down and stuff. And I'm going to bulk back up for nationals.
When he said soft people, like, what does he mean by soft people?
I was cutting to 125. Not heaps, not like a bunch of weight, but like, I don't want to cut to 125.
Oh, again. I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
But I was just like, you know, Davey Ravy?
Yeah, I love that.
He's jacked. He's jacked at 110. He's the nicest. You know he's in a band?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know he's in a band.
He's a guitar player, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. He's such a nice dude too.
He's a legend.
But yeah, he's jacked for 110, where I was soft at 125.
That's what he. Okay, that's what he means.
Yeah. So I don't want to. I want to be jacked.
Same, yeah. I was like you. I was in the 110s and I was just fat, chubby. I'll show you photos from 2020.
Yeah.
Come down to 95s and just leaner.
Yeah. So that's my plan. But yeah, I'd had a full Jordan moment from the what's the documentary? The Last Dance, where he sits there and he's like, and I took that personally. So when I heard Thomas say that, I was like, I take that personally. Yeah. So, but it's working.
Respect that.
Yeah. It's weird. I just want to do him proud. Like it's hard having that. It's not hard. It's a driving factor having Thomas Lilly as your coach. Like you want to, dude. I'm in an elite company. Like there's Jen Smith, there's Lily Riley, there's Whitaker. Like there's heaps more people that I can't remember right now. And I'm in that class of Thomas Lilly athletes. Like, it's insane to me.
But, bro, like, how do you think we all felt when we first come on?
The same.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's just, this is what I'm trying to say to people. If you stick at something long enough that you love, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
It might take you twice as long, but if you just do it.
Grind it out,
you can do that.
Yeah, I'm so privileged and so blessed to be a part of that team. It's, like I said, it's a literal elite company.
I don't feel like elite. I still feel like that little 16-year-old kid getting smashed. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
Because the minute you start to get, look at me, I'm the man. Like, that's when you're going to get, there's always someone out there.
Yeah, gunning for you. But but
be proud.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Like you still,
Hope he,
like literally just before we were talking about benching, like you've got a big bench, Liam. I'm like, yeah, but just try and stay humble. But I know that I have a decent bench. Like it's
benching, if you're benching 184s, that's something pretty good.
you gotta.
That's a good freaking bench.
I feel like you got to look at it and go, yeah, that's good, but if you want to win, you got to go, what can I do better every time? Like in the most humble way, you got to be proud of what you achieved, but if you want to be better, you got to want more. You can't.
Yeah, you can't look backwards.
No.
You can look. No, I shouldn't rephrase that. You can look backwards and be proud, but you got to look forward. You can't.
Yeah.
You got to just keep looking forward.
Yeah, and that was literally what I did. People are like, oh, you stoked at 300? Like, yeah, but I'm going 320. Next, 320's next. Like, nationals, I'd love to get 320 squat.
Really, 320.
I definitely.
700.
Yeah, the 7 pounds, 700 pounds. But I definitely feel like I've got it in me to.
Oh, yeah, man. It's all a matter of time, man.
Yeah. Talk us through the white get up for Zero Pro. Were you worried
When?
it was white? I freak out when I wear white. Like I got this on.
Oh, what, my white lifting
Yeah.
set? Oh, bro. Yeah, I just wanted white because I love white.
Yeah.
Like I love white shoes, white
Yeah.
whatever. But I reckon it looked a little too tight.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I love it. I've still got the suit at home. I'll probably wear it again, but maybe if I'm a little bit leaner.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it got dirty. It got very
Yeah.
dirty, which is the shit thing. But I like either black or white. I also like to color code. Like
Yeah.
I like mixing up my Jordans. So after every comp, I buy new Jordans.
That's a
Just like to
good
say,
present.
just my thing. I've always done it.
yeah.
You know, but it's just I like wearing a new pair of Jordans every comp. It's just
I'd be scared
something
of
to
shit myself.
represent. I did that comp in these.
Yeah, cool.
You know what I mean?
I'd be scared of shit myself.
Yeah.
That was
another thing too.
Yeah, because
Like,
we're
thank God I
moving
did
weight.
this.
Yeah, we're moving weight. Like
Yeah.
literally
it
on
happens.
Monday, I farted coming out the hole.
Yeah. Oh, it happens. It's
Yeah.
happened to me. It happens all. It's like that's why I get cranky when like people like don't like kind of make jokes about girls.
Peeing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that.
No,
Like
it's stupid.
it's fucking dumb.
It just happens.
It happens. It's a part of it, bro. Like,
And it happens to boys too.
happens
We're
to
just
boys,
we
it's
just
how it is.
yeah, like especially if it's a mum.
Yeah.
Like if she's had
exactly.
babies, there's 90% chance more she's gonna pee herself.
Yeah, it makes me so angry. I
It's yeah, it
because
it's just
A,
a
they
part
can't
of-
help it, and B, they're just trying to get better.
Yeah.
Leave them alone.
and all it is you just grab them up, bang, done. Bit
Grab
of
them off, bang,
disinfectant.
You're right.
Yeah, bit of disinfectant.
And
Like-
it happens a lot.
Yeah, and that's what I've said to competitors that I've had, female competitors that I've had, and when I've been at competitions, spotting and loading, you can see girls obviously freak out about peeing, and it's just like it just happens. Like it just don't stop pulling. That's why I said to all my athletes, like if you piss yourself, I don't give shit. But if you put that bar down just because you piss yourself, then I'm gonna give a shit. Like we'll just clean it up. That's why I told you to pack a spare pair of undies. Like it's all it is. Don't you dare stop pulling because a little bit of
It's
pee.
like someone who bleeds when they do that. The same
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Yeah, it's not anything different, and it's
Which everyone just
definitely
thinks, oh, pee, oh.
it's
like,
gross. Blood's way grosser than pee,
Oh, mate, it's just ridiculous.
especially
Yeah,
if they're
I agree.
hydrated too. It's just basically water.
Yeah.
Like
As you said, as long as the bars come, I love that. As long as the bars come
Yeah.
up, who cares?
yeah, fucking give that a red hot crack. So I usually have a run list, but we've kind of gone over it, so I don't really care. Yeah, upcoming comps for Tommy is obviously Pro Raw.
Pro Raw 14. Zero, well not zero, sorry. APL Nats in Geelong and then 0W Pro.
Cool. Exciting. That's a good.
Good comp
That's a
calendar,
good
yeah.
year, yeah, for Tommy. I'll probably be at most of those. I've just got nationals at the moment. For some reason, I have an itch to get on a bodybuilding stage.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Why? I'm saying that in a good way. Why? What's the driving force behind that? Like, what makes you want to do that? That's really interesting.
One, to test myself again.
Yep.
So I did it in 2018.
Yep.
I jumped on the bodybuilding stage.
That's
Yeah, so I'm looking at October. So I might miss Zero Pro competing if I do the October show.
shit.
It all depends how I come out of nationals.
Well,
Nationals is my big focus. But also for body recomp, from like the athlete's perspective, I just want to. My body composition is the big one for me. I'm a very confidence-based lifter, so if I look good, I feel good. If I feel good, I lift good. Which some people might say is bad. You shouldn't base how things, just how I work. So
I think that's great. Because you'll lift better if you're happy. You'll lift better.
And that's all it's about, being happy. What makes you happy? So.
And sorry to butt in there.
No, you're right.
Everyone, every time I go somewhere, everyone always asks you, "Oh, what do you do for work?" Or "What's this?" No one ever asks if you're happy.
No.
Never.
No.
And it pisses me off.
Yeah.
I go, someone tells me about the job.
You can tell you're happy though, because you're
like,
smiling all the time.
Oh.
Like Angus.
Angus.
Yeah, I want to get him on here.
Oh, get Angus on here.
Yeah, I love Angus. One of the things I want to do with this like podcast is like Joe Rogan's fight companions.
Yeah.
So for whatever big events that I can't watch, I'm gonna put them on here and just live stream it.
Yeah, that'd be
so like if I can't make it for Pro Raw to watch, I'll put it on here and have a couple of mates come around and we'll watch it. Yeah, fucking watch the Origin. Powerlifting boys, fucking talk shit.
Imagine that.
Couple of beers, talk shit.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But like I have my struggles, but I'm not gonna lie. I have a lot of mental demons that I see someone for, and I'm not ashamed of it. That's just how it is. It's
Everyone should.
how I'm made. I'm not afraid to go get help. I'm not afraid to say that I do struggle mentally with stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm keeping a lid on it, which is the main thing. But
Yep.
like that's why I'm big on happiness and do what makes you happy. That's what I'm saying. Why are you doing a bodybuilding comp? Like that's cool. What's driving you to do that? Like, I'm very interested in that. Like
there's a couple of reasons. One, I want to show that just because I'm a powerlifter doesn't mean I can't be a bodybuilder. Because a lot of people say it doesn't go hand in hand. Like obviously it doesn't. If you're deep in a bodybuilding prep, you're not going to be strong because you're going to be depleted and you're going to be hungry. That's just how it goes. But if you space it out properly, there's no reason why you can't use a bodybuilding prep as a point to recomp your body for your next powerlifting meet. Because obviously I'm going to go down in body weight again. I'm going to lose body fat. Then my next powerlifting comp, I'm going to go back. Like that's how I see you should as a powerlifter anyway. You should work is off season, on season. And in the off season for someone like me, like a bigger dude that is a softer person, should focus on body recomposition because then you build more muscle. Obviously you're not going to compete at fucking 4% body fat in a powerlifting comp. But yeah, that's a big one is a driving factor is the body recomp for after nationals to then get ready for next year's competitions. I'll probably do Christmas Cup. So I'll probably do nationals and then Christmas Cup.
I've lifted the most weight I've ever lifted being 20 kilos lighter.
Yeah. And that's what it is.
You can do the same. Anyone out there listening can do the same.
Yeah, exactly. And another one is I want to test myself. Like,
well, your girlfriend's a pro bodybuilder.
Yeah.
So,
She's insane.
Well,
Yeah. We might do the same show together. Yeah, we might do the same show together.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
How good's that? That's exciting.
It is. It's very exciting. And that's another reason too. Like I want to I really want to test myself and prove because like you said when we got here, fuck it, I love eating, bro. But there's a time to eat.
Maccas.
Yeah, fuck. What's your Macca's order?
I love either Big Macs, quarter pounders. I do love the bacon egg McMuffin with barbecue sauce.
Oh.
Cappuccino and hash brown.
That's his go-to brekkie morning.
Yeah, I love it, man. I'm actually liking the sausage and egg.
I'll get one of each. If I get brekkie, I'll get one of each and then hotcakes. I love Macca's hotcakes.
Yeah, they're good, eh?
Yeah. I always go for same. I'm salivating. It's nearly dinner time too. I love the chicken burgers at Macca's. They're doing and then I'll get a cheeseburger on the side. Always. I'm a two burger kind of guy. But see, I love to eat, but like I know there's a time to eat and there's a time to lock it in. So yeah, I like food's gonna be there forever. Pictures and accolades and medals aren't. So I've only got self-fulfillment. Yeah, self-fulfillment of putting yourself through hell for an achievement and hopefully a medal. Like you're not realistic if you say you're competing at a top level to not get a medal. Like
you want to win.
You want to win.
That's That's what Kobe Bryant says. He's like, we don't hang Pacific Championships. We hang championships.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've got a plan for like all the comps that I have done. I was about to say it when you talked about your suit. Is get a photo from each comp, because I still have every single shirt I ever competed in strongman, and I've got every single shirt I've competed in for powerlifting so far. And then I want to get a piece of that shirt, cut a photo, and then a medal, and then the medal that I've got from it, and then put it in a frame, and then frame them.
That's mad. So like cut out a piece.
Yeah, cut out whatever the shirt is. So like in the strongman ones, they were usually a chest piece, like the logo was a chest piece.
Yeah.
So I'd probably just cut that out and then have that there, and then a picture from the comp, and then the medal. Yeah. Just for like the pool room when it comes. That might be my roommate. No, it's not. I'll cut that bit. Alright, so last bit. We're going nearly 2 hours. I'm having great.
Sit back and chat.
It is. I've lost my spot though. It is my roommate. I'll cut this bit. So yeah, we'll come up to the end anyway. The last little bits that I go over. We'll go tip of the week, and we'll go training dilemma, equipment review, and then tip of the week, because I feel like you're going to have a good tip of the week. So what is your favorite piece of equipment when you're training? Either like lifting gear, as in belts, wraps, and all that kind of stuff, and equipment that you lift on.
I love my loaded lifting sleeve shatter loaded lifting. They help me out a lot. They're amazing.
Drop your code. I'll put it on the screen.
All capitals, Hardy 22. Yeah, and you have the exclamation mark.
And the exclamation mark.
Yeah. I do love my A7 belt. Probably my sleeves of my belt.
Yeah.
I love that.
So you have loaded sleeves.
I use the Inza ones.
Okay. They supply.
So,
yeah. Loaded are good. I want to get one of the belts. I think that's the.
Which ones?
The
A7.
No, the A7 belt.
Yeah,
I want to get one of those.
They're basically like them and the SBD are very similar.
Yeah. I think SBD put out their pattern anyway.
Yeah.
And people can just copy now anyway. So, but Thomas has a belt. I just like the clip, because obviously.
Doesn't he have a zero weakness?
Yeah, he got that from either Pioneer or Loaded, because you can get them custom made. Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna get a zero.
Ask Thomas, because he told me where. No, I know Pioneer do it, because I looked at building one and then putting my Titan logo on the belt buckle, and then I was gonna put Oz Titan on the back of the belt. It's very expensive. It's all. I was like, oh, that's not too bad, and then I was like, USD. I was like,
oh shit.
It was like $350 USD, like for the whole belt, like.
Is that the belting? Oh,
yeah.
That's not just the clip.
No.
Okay, right.
This was all color, like everything was changed. Like I customized the whole thing. I was like, $350, fucking sign me up.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, US dollars, it was like a lot more. But yeah, that Pioneer got good stuff. Yeah. So you love your sleeves and your belt.
Yeah.
What about lifting equipment?
Lifting equipment, I love my Texas bar I have. I bought, it was the Zero OG Texas bar that I bought off Thomas. I love that deadlift bar. I also love, I bought, so Thomas had a guy who went to America and bought a reverse hyper, a proper reverse hyper. It's huge.
Yeah.
And Thomas was always trying to sell it. No one would buy it. And I finally got my tax back, and I said, I want to buy it. And I've got it at my home, and I love it.
Yeah.
I freaking love it. So, and it's, well, people say whatever they want, but it helps my back. Like, I've had a few back issues, and it helps it. That's probably one of my favorite. I don't know if it's because it's West Side, but I love using it. That's one of my favorite pieces of equipment.
We got a shit one at work, and I hate it.
Yeah.
It's bane of my existence at work, and
really,
yeah, it's I can't remember.
Is it a Rogue or Verve? Because I know a lot of different companies make it. This
Could be
one was
Alpha
made
Fit.
like it's got West Side on it. Like it's proper
West Side one. Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
I love how people like love pieces like John Davey, owner of Worlds. he's got a chest piece at Ashmore that Arnold fits from Gold's. Yeah.
In California.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and like that stuff is that's
cool.
Just the nostalgia of it and the name that it has. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger may have used it. It's insane. Like insane to think about. What I say? Training dilemma. What training dilemma have you overcome recently?
Training dilemma. Recently or just?
I would just go ever.
Ever. I've gone backwards a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was once benching around like 170, and then there was a time there where I was barely benching 150.
Wow.
Yeah, and I remember the thing that helped me a lot was basically chucking a belt on and fixing my technique with Thomas.
Yeah.
And then I got up. He got me around 200, 205.
Yeah, I don't bench with a belt.
Yeah, it helps me a lot. I don't know.
Maybe I should.
Maybe it helps your core, helps you stabilize. I think that's what it does. I think it gives you a lot more stability. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
So I assume why.
It helps me a lot. Yeah.
And you don't have a massive arch either. You gotta. No, I can't arch.
You can't arch.
I'm not. Yeah, my thoracic mobility.
You need to though, bro. With you got really good legs.
I've gotten better at it since switching to Thomas and learning how to do it. But yeah, it's still not great. I actually got that question today from one of Caitlin's friends. Like, why do people do such crazy arches? And I was like, there's some that are just stupid and shouldn't be that big. But I was like, powerlifting is moving the most amount of weight in the most efficient way possible.
Well,
And that also builds tension to your body.
Yeah, I see. I love the arch. I think it's a part of the sport. Like I think.
I'm talking about the ones where they bench this far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think that's what she was talking about as well.
Right. Like, where the hips are off the bench.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. Just the butt cheeks are just on, and they're like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That.
Yeah. I love watching a girl like. I love watching. Okay, for example, I'm a huge fan of Jen Smith.
Yeah, watching her bench.
Ever since like I was coming up, like she was like.
Yeah.
The best.
I'd love to get her on here.
Yeah, Jen Smith's awesome. She's a great person, man.
She lives up Brisbane.
Yeah, I love watching her bench because if you watch her technique and her shoulder retraction, and the way she braces, it's just.
Yeah, and she got like a 120 or something.
Bro, she benches like 120, like 60 kilos. I think
female.
I think it was lighter. I think it was like
59
kilos.
Dude, as a female too.
Yeah.
I love
that. I love watching them bench.
I said it on Sunday the other day when I was talking to Neil. I'm like, seeing strong dudes is cool, but seeing strong females is you can't beat it because it's so much harder for a girl to get strong. So much harder. So seeing like Jen Smiths and Lily Riley's and stuff like that stuff to me is just like even all the girls I train at Zero that I get to see all the time.
Sue?
Yeah, Sue. Both Sues are great.
Yeah.
Even when she's healthy training, like Bridget, it's fucking like I had a girl yesterday. I was warming up with like 160 or something. And she's like, oh yeah, nice. I'm like, you're way more impressive. You bench over 100 kilos as a 19-year-old female. Like,
holy shit.
Yeah.
19 and she's benching 100.
I think she said
most boys can't even do that at 19. Boys have naturally more testosterone.
I think she was like 110 or something. It was a max or something. Yeah. Something crazy.
Is she competing?
Yeah. Yeah, she's strong, man.
And like, what's the big thing with girls? If you lift weights, you're gonna get bulky.
Yeah.
That stupid thing people carry on.
Yeah, she's not gonna.
I love that.
Yeah, she's strong as shit. She got a good deadlift too. So she does those volume blocks where they squat and bench on the same day and dead and bench on the same day. And she was doing deads yesterday, and I was like, "Fuck, that's impressive."
So you know when I first signed up with Thomas, he had me doing some of that.
I think it's good for.
And it actually worked. He took my bench from 130 to 160 in like 10 weeks.
Yeah, it definitely helps. Like we're saying with the German volume stuff, like volume works because it goes to that old saying, I don't fear the man that knows 10,000 kicks. I fear the man that's done 10,000 kicks once. One kick 10,000 times. Like repetition, you're just gonna keep getting better and better at it. Like you're not gonna. That's why I had a couple of guys recently sign back up to me, and they're new to powerlifting. So I'll put them in a volume block so they learn the techniques, and I'll make sure their cues are on
like
point.
Tempos and stuff like
Yeah, so they'll do their main blocks, but they'll bench 3-4 times a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Just so they could, and squat 2 times and deadlift twice. Yeah. Like just so they get not crazy heavy, so they beat their bodies up, but still enough so they.
So you're more about learning the movement
Yep.
and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. Cool.
Still in a range where they're gonna get strong, but
yeah,
not to like 95 maxes and stuff. Yeah.
Because you know Andre Melanchlev?
Yep.
Arguably the GOAT.
Eddie Collins, but
I reckon Eddie Collins, but Melanchlev
up there.
Yeah. All they do is squat. All they do is bench. All they do is deadlift.
Yeah.
That's all they do.
Yeah. It's just it comes down to the person too, like how they're put together and all these other things. But yeah, I like it especially when I get someone new to powerlifting, just to get into the habit of learning the movement properly and making sure that their cues are all good and stuff like that. That's why I would do that. Yeah. Tip of the week, man. What's your tip of the week for everyone?
My tip of the week is a little cliche. Don't quit. Keep going. Just keep going.
Simple.
Keep pushing. You know, shit's gonna knock you down. It's how you get back up.
Yeah. I love that. It's short and simple is always good.
I've been that guy knocked down.
You just
takes
said
a lot of balls to get up. And,
yeah.
Trust me, once you get up,
Yeah, I love that. That's cool. Anything else, man? We've been going for like nearly 2 hours.
No, man. Just thanks a lot for having me on here. And
you don't need to thank me, man. I'm stoked. Oh. I'm a big fan of yours.
Oh, thanks.
I have been for a while.
It's mutual.
It's cool. The way we met, I said you look like Adam Reynolds.
Yeah.
He just came in with a fresh haircut, and I was like, "Fuck, that's like the powerlifting Adam Reynolds."
Yeah, man, I love that. Ever since you said that, that's what I tell people.
Yeah, I told my dad, at Zero Pro. Yeah, me too. At Zero Pro, you'll come out for your first squat, and I was sitting with my dad, and he goes, "Fuck, that fella's strong," and I was like, "Yeah, he's a South fan." He's like, "Yeah, good bloke." And
I was talking to your dad.
Yeah, probably. And then I was like, "You reckon he looks like a bit like Adam Reynolds?" He's like, puts his glasses on. He does a bit, eh? Well, that's how we met at Zero. Yeah.
When you were lifting, I knew that was your parents. I said, "You're a South fan, aren't you?" He's like, "Too right."
Yeah.
Bro, that was
done.
We had a huge chat. Spoke about trail. Spoke about
everything.
Sandberg. Whole 9 yards.
Yeah. He
was your brother there too?
No, Shawnee wasn't there. No.
Uncle?
My uncle was there.
That's who it was.
The big fella, yeah.
Yeah. We all
brother-in-law was there.
Yeah, we all had a big chat. They're all South fans,
brother-in-law is by default.
Yeah.
He was an AFL boy.
Yeah.
But he's a South fan by default. Because he married my sister, so that's just how it works. But Uncle Duck was, yeah. Still is, yeah. He played for the South Juniors and that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Dad and Uncle Duck were pretty good back in the day.
South Juniors. And man, back in the day, they were like Rabbitohs were.
Yeah, up the top. That was there. Dad was born in 62.
Was that like the glory days?
Was
that
just after? Yeah, after.
So
Dad was born in 62. He would have been playing in like 70-ish.
Because they won one in the 70s, didn't they? The Rabbits. Yeah, so it still would have been. Yeah.
Pretty close, but yeah, he was pretty close to making the team and all that kind of stuff. Just silly decisions.
Yeah.
When you're young.
A lot of young footballers, man. I played against some guys that should have made freaking state of origin.
Yeah.
And they just.
Me too.
Yeah. They turn to drugs, alcohol. Sadly, mental health gets in the way.
Yeah. And they don't know how to control it or get out of it.
It's sad because they don't have the help or the resources to
get out of it.
That's why I'm so big on mental health today, because there are a lot of resources and stuff out there.
Yeah. I got into it a bit deeper when I was in the mines. I was in the mines for a while. Yeah. That's probably why I'm not so late to strength sports. But everyone out there is so, especially in the mines, is so still in that old school mentality of nah, she'll be right. Like don't want to talk about it and stuff. But it's so big out there. You're so isolated. It's not good. Yeah.
Shit, that's
the mines is great way to get out of places, but yeah, I've never seen more depressed men in my life out there. Oh, dude, some of the stuff I like, yeah, could go on for hours.
You can be tough and be that man, and you can still talk about shit. It doesn't make you weak. If anything, it makes you strong.
Yeah. If you can tap into
talk about it, I think.
Yeah, I've seen met a lot of broken men out there, and yeah, like.
And they've probably had role models their whole life that said, "Oh,
toughen up."
Yeah, toughen up.
Yeah.
How sad's that? They don't know any better, so it's not their fault.
No, it's definitely comes down to if they want to help themselves too. Like,
yeah,
you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make a drink type of thing. Like if they don't want to get help, they won't get help. but they'll be stuck in that cycle
It
forever.
sucks,
Like,
man. It's really sad.
yeah. I had people ask, like, I was making $500 a day, man. I left to make $500 a week. Yeah.
But
I'm so much happier now.
well, there you go.
Now it's come back in leaps and bounds. Like, I'm much better off now, but yeah, it's
But is $500 a day worth being depressed and miserable?
no, and that's why I left.
Yeah.
And like, obviously, I had a good lifestyle and stuff like that, coming home for 2 weeks at a time, but I was so bored and so lonely. Like when all my mates were working, and the amount of times I went to the movies by myself. But it also taught me how to be by myself. Like I can
That's me now. I'm very
Yeah.
much by myself, but I'm
comfortable. Yeah, me too. Yeah,
Whereas you were probably in a mind state of you want to be around.
yeah. But then I fell into it and got comfortable being on. I was like, oh, fuck, I can go to the movies by myself. Like
Yeah, cool.
I can go to take myself out for dinner or whatever. Like I'm cool with that. Like yeah, but yeah, the Mines was a wild ride, but definitely out of it now. But
My
cool.
brother worked in the mines, but he's out of it now. But I think didn't really talk about it, but I think he would have seen a lot of similar experiences.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
You've said that.
The stuff that they like, I don't have any kids or anything, but like the stuff that they miss as fathers is the big one that's like hurts them, because they're out there for their kids, but they miss, like, those guys out there missing first steps and all these things. Like they'd take them to the airport and like, why's daddy got to leave, and start crying and stuff, and then that's all they think about for the 2-3 weeks they're out there. And yeah, it's a wild place, because they're there to provide for their family, which is what we do as men. But yeah, they pay the ultimate sacrifice. Like there's people out there that have kids that resent them for going. Like yeah, till they realize why dad went to the mines. Like yeah. But yeah, it's also very toxic out there.
You know, you'll be surprised. But you won't be surprised. But I've got a few mates in work that have mates, or they're in the mines, and they say the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's very.
It's very toxic. Everyone wants to drink or do drugs or whatever.
Yeah, I was the odd one out there because
And then you get shitted on because you don't want to do that.
that's what I was just about to say. I got
Is that really?
yeah. So I got to 145 out there
Body
kilos.
weight.
Yeah, but fat. I wasn't strong.
Oh,
I was strong because
shit.
I'm naturally strong.
Was this strongman days?
No.
Before or after?
Before.
Right.
Yeah, and then so like I'd come home and have 6 beers every
Just
night.
bang, just 6 easy.
4 to 6 every night. Yeah, because the way that we get it out there is you could take it out of your paycheck, so you wouldn't see it come out. And the food out there is free, and you can have whatever you want.
Oh, wow.
So I just load up on food, and I was in that old school mentality of, oh, I'm working hard, I'll burn it off. Full sugar drinks and everything, yeah. And there was one time I was on a camp where we were lucky enough to have like 2 of the best chefs in Australia at the time, and one of them had won breakfast chef of the year. And we were getting like breakfast you'd pay $50 here for, we're getting them for free, and I could have 2 of them. Like
All you can eat.
to an extent. Like the fridge, like we'd walk into like the caravan with the fridge in it. It's like 3-4 fridges full, and then there's like perishables on the table and stuff. Man, I was having 6 up and goes a day like it was nothing. Yeah, 6 little 300 ml up and goes. Chocolate bars, chips, all of it, bro. Donuts. Yeah.
Just on us, like you have whatever you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. So our living situation, like I had to share a room with a guy, which not ideal, but they made up for it in food. And every Saturday was barbecue night. We'd have fresh seafood, man.
Sounds awesome.
It wasn't like I had a lot of fun, and I
But
met
it
a lot of
sounds a little bit
yeah.
sad.
It keeps you there. The paycheck and the food keeps you there. Like every Saturday they'd send like the camp driver out there to like the closest fishery he could get to, come back with fresh oysters and stuff like that, and fresh steaks, bro. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Prawns. I love
Yeah,
prawns.
prawns are my thing. But then someone put it on Facebook and fucked it for the rest of us, so they had to stop.
What?
So it went from fresh seafood to frozen stuff, which was still like.
Yeah.
Have you ever had deep fried camembert?
No.
Oh,
Is it good?
get your mouth around that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pause. That was weird. Get your mouth around that. Yeah, that's why I got fat. And then I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I was lucky enough that one of the chefs out there on rotation was a bodybuilder. So,
Wow.
yeah, so he knew how to eat and train.
Did he kind of take you in?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Oh, we've had a blowout. That's all right.
Oh, fuck, sorry.
That's fine. It's all right. The table's dodgy. So I told him, I was like, bro, I don't want to be fat anymore. I want to eat healthy. He's like, look, I'm not gonna cook it if you're not gonna eat it. I was like, nah, bro, if you cook it, I'll eat it. So yeah, he was cooking me up like chicken and rice, but good, quite like it's season it and stuff like that. And then I'd have eggs for brekkie, and then he left, and then my diet I ended up losing like 50 kilos, gotten on a bodybuilding stage, and then switched to strongman and powerlifting.
That's when you come to the dark side.
Strongman, I went way back, like the food.
Yeah, well, you kind of have to be.
Yeah, I said it on another podcast. Like the diet that I had was like 9,000 calories.
Yeah. 3,000.
Yeah, I'm comfortable at like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
4 or 5's pushing the envelope a little bit for me, but yeah, the mine's. I like everything. It has pros and cons. I got to travel the whole of Australia and get paid. Got to go to Ayers Rock and get paid. I've driven through the Pilbara. I've done the longest road in Australia. I've gone every single state like multiple times because we drive the camps out from Brisbane. So I've gone up and over. I've gone straight through the middle. I've gone down and around. Yeah, seen western sunsets.
Sounds awesome, doesn't it?
Again, it has pros and cons. Cool, man. Well,
thanks so much, bro.
no, thank you, man. Like I said, I'm a massive fan of Tommy Hardy. I'm so excited for this year. I'm gonna be at every comp that I can be.
Yeah, man, it'd be awesome to see.
Either as a
it'd be awesome to compete with you again.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm excited for that. Yeah, the dinner after that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Couple of medals for everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm keen, man. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
Pretty good, man.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, no worries,
Appreciate
bro.
it.
No problems. Oh man.
Awesome.